Chocomo today. Chocomo
Is like 9,000. Is 9,000.
No mistake I made. I didn't put her in the registration. No mistake I made.
Just this ever-evolving story. Ever-evolving
story. 280-42, but it's enough to take over the number one spot here. So 280 and 42, the Modesto Junior College ride, as they will take over the number one spot. Lucas Cardinale doing the driving out of Modesto, as he is now in that number one spot. As we see, well, this is the third of the Reeve trucks. This is young Garrett Reeve, 16 years old. The triple throwdown. And these trucks having a handful here tonight. Over on the four-wheel drive side. Got to happen here. Now the big question, did he shut it down before that 100-foot mark here? You do have to make the attempt to get out of that throttle before that 100-foot mark. Now the truck can roll past that. So we see in the background there, we see grandfather Donnie Reeve with his Ford. So he will be the final truck in the class here. So looks like we may be pulling Garrett back to the start line here. Give him a second attempt. Every puller has two attempts to make a measurable distance. You don't get past that 100-foot mark. So we are going to pull Garrett back here to the start line and give him his second attempt. So 3:24.98 right now. The mark to beat here. Garrett's got to beat Dad. And then Granddad's got to try to beat Dad. So this could really turn into a Reeve show here tonight. And we will have a new leader here as Dave Bienendahl, last night's winner with the Intimidator truck out of Oregon. Not going to repeat here tonight, but he's still in contention for that ring here. So they're going to have to do some sorting and figuring out here once this class is over. See who will pick up that championship ring here this weekend. All right, here we go. Second and final attempt here for Garrett Reeve. Triple throwdown truck. Never wanted to hook up for him as we see those beady red lights out the front there. The 72 Chevrolet. Now he was voted as Rookie of the Year on the MLM circuit yesterday afternoon. As we go back over to the country modified side, this is date night. This is Dusty Mincy. Dusty, another one of the pullers coming down from the state of Oregon. He was last year's double winner. He swept the weekend here. But last night finished up in that number 2 spot. I'd like to move up here tonight. Here we go. And gonna be close here. Had to go better than 280.42. 280.42 to take over that number 1 spot. So first things first, we'll give the distance here for Garrett Reeve at 282.41. which will put him a little bit back in the pack here at 282 and 41. So number 8 spot there for Garrett Reeve. And then we'll bounce things over here to the date night truck in Dusty Mincy. Now, did he go in the number 1 spot? No, man. 280.29. The lead distance right now, 280.42. So the Modesto Junior College truck holds on to that number 1 spot. 0.2 of a foot. As we are down to our final truck over here on the 4-wheel drive side. The Reeves keeping it in the Reeves family here tonight. As this is the patriarch right here, Donnie Reeve. His 1922 F350. He calls final drive. Now the Reeve family a couple years back ran a couple mini rod tractors. We saw bring them out to Bowling Green, Ohio. Actually put one of them, memory serves me right, in the winner's circle. They have since sent the minis down the road and just concentrating here on the 4-wheel drive trucks. He's a long-time puller here with the 4-wheel drive class. He would like nothing better to bump his son out of that number 1 spot. 324.98, the mark to beat here. Final truck, Pro Modified 4-wheel drives. And man, they are having a time trying to get locked into this track. As we've seen the last couple trucks here just bouncing their way down. Kind of surprised we didn't try a different spot on the track, maybe a little bit closer to that left-hand chalk line there, but 145 and 74, unfortunately, going to be it here for Donnie Reeve with the final drive. So that will conclude our Pro Modified truck class. So congratulations to Spike Reeve, as he will be our winner here tonight with the Rags truck. Gary Fernandez with the Wild Hair will finish up in the number 2 spot. The Intimidator, last night's winner, will be number 3. Young Guns, Larry Lopes will finish up in that number 4 spot. And then we saw Kevin Massetti will finish up number 5 with the Yellow Fever here tonight. So great class of competition here in our Pro Modified class here tonight. So that'll be interesting to see how things will shake out as we go back over here. Country Modified, last night's winner. All right, so this is the Bad Decisions and Miguel Reyes.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Howdy. What do we know tonight?
I know. Like it's a great night.
It is a great night. Welcome, everybody, to Let's Grow Pulling. Going to share some MLM Motorsports action from last year. That's where Kenzie and I are going to be this year. This is Let's Grow Pulling Live. Facebook's not working tonight, so we're only live on YouTube right now and Twitter, but that's okay. People can still find us over there, guys. Got a big show lined up tonight. We got Cameron Neves coming on from Texas at 7:45 or Central, so in about 12 minutes. And then at 8:30 we have Central. We have the Medding family coming on, Connor and Clint Medding. Randy calls them Bullfrog. That's their first tractor, the Hot Farm. But we know they got 2 big pro stocks now as well. So I, guys, want to Logan, you go first. Tell us about Indianapolis. And that's a nice segue because on the No Practice podcast this Wednesday night, they're going to have an Indianapolis Colts NFL player on their podcast. I know you got to him first, Logan, but they stole him from us, so that's okay. That is okay.
Yeah. No. Looking at the. Am I echoing or is that you?
I don't know. I don't hear an echo on my side. You sound good.
You don't hear an echo?
You guys hear an echo? Randy, do you hear an echo at all on Logan?
Yeah.
You do?
I heard an echo there on me.
I don't know. I'm working. I'm doing this from home tonight. Kenzie's off tonight. It's her sister, so I don't know if we did something wrong or not. So hard to say.
I don't know.
Here, let me turn off the video. Let's see if that helps.
Any better?
Yeah.
Holy cow, that fixed it.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
What did you do?
Okay. Now I can hear myself think. So went out there, rolled into Indy bright and early. It wasn't bright and early, Monday afternoon, and came in there to kick butt. We were bringing 3 national teams out there. Went in, did well. Had 2 teams in the silver division, had 1 team in the gold division. So we did very well on that side of stuff. We had some faculty changes in our ag program, so it wasn't golds across the board like we're usually used to. But no, got to talk with a lot of really fun guys. Got to meet with a couple of the polling members that were out there. So be looking for something coming next week on some fellow tractor pullers that were out there representing the sport well to all these kids. But no, I got to be a part of 73,000 other FFA members. So
Yikes. That's a lot.
It was a sea of blue and gold out there.
That's what it's all about. I know, but Randy had asked me, have you heard how Logan's done? I said, actually, I haven't checked in yet, so I felt bad, Logan.
No, I had a blast out there, as per usual. But gotta see David and Joe Batliner. They run a NTPA hop farm. Then I've been out to Lucas Oil Stadium 3 times and never have been able to snap a picture there in front of the old green streak. So that was definitely on my bucket list and up there with stuff to do. So that's kind of taking the picture with the green streak. That'll be my highlight of the trip.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was pretty cool that you did that. I've seen that out there before for PRI. I
Yeah.
grabbed a picture of it, which we're going to be out there with Full Pull Live December 11th, 12th, and 13th, I think. Does that sound right, Randy?
Yep,
That
that
sounds right.
sure is.
Yep. So I know we talked about that today a little bit. Yeah, 11th, 12th, and 13th. I think it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday deal.
Yep.
So that's pretty exciting. I wanted to well, first of all, the time change has got me all screwed up. It's getting dark way earlier than normal.
Yeah.
Does Ohio, Randy, do you guys do that out in Ohio, the time change?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, we get to go to work with our headlights on and come home with our headlights on.
and then
just
I'm assuming
sooner now.
it happens in Kansas too, Logan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it flips around more every year.
Yep. We it's really, really weird. And then but I put a post out on social media and everybody was like, I guess Hawaii and Arizona doesn't do it. And then we have followers all over the world. So a lot of different countries do different things. Like Australia did it like 2 weeks ago and different things like that. So it's just always weird. I feel like it gets later and later every year too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know it's 5 minutes after 5 and it's dark at home here. That's something. Jeez, oh Pete.
Yeah.
No,
I understand now why people say they get depressed in the winter, and that's why they move south to the sunshine, because I don't know if that's real or not. So it's all good. So if you guys have been noticing on Beer Money Facebook, I've been doing a lot of questions because I want to hear from fans. And so the first thing I did, I kind of wanted to go through these, and we'll do these when we're not doing our interviews tonight. But I thought I wanted to ask you guys. The first thing I put up the other night was, who took you to your first truck and tractor pull? We had 53 comments on there, and 90% of them are my dad. Okay. Mm-hmm. Randy, who took you to your first truck and tractor pull? And for those of you watching on YouTube right now, who took you to your first truck and tractor pull? Let us know. So
I went with my grandpa and my dad. It was a local. You were there, Greenwich, Ohio. It's a little fireman's festival. It's where that was my first one I ever went to.
Okay.
So, yep, for sure.
Good deal. Logan, what about you?
Oh, gosh. My first one, I think, was Chapel Hill, Tennessee.
Okay. Who took you?
I think Mom, Dad, and Dad went to that one. They were down visiting some family, and they all went. So I was a couple months old.
Right.
So
That's fair.
I can say I've been there, but I have no recollection of it.
Right.
Yeah. What about you, Jason?
Yeah, Jason, what's yours?
It obviously was my dad. I shouldn't say obviously, but everybody knows how much. If you follow our podcast, you know how much my dad means to me, and he drives my tractor today. I'm gonna guess Blairstown, Iowa used to be a pull that we used to go to a lot. And growing up as a kid in Iowa, I don't know what state you guys are from, or I know what state you guys are from, but for those watching on YouTube right now, but we could get a nickel for a pop can, Randy and Logan. And I swear the first couple of years, that's all I didn't care about pulling. I just cared about getting canned because I could make like $5 if I just threw a bunch of cans in the back of my dad's pickup. But I remember Blairstown, Iowa. It was like 20 miles north of Victor, where I grew up, or Marengo area. And they always had like a big farm pull. And my dad would drive a guy, he kind of helped farm a little bit. Gene Root was his name. He had like a 3688 or something like that. And I remember that pretty specifically. But early on, it was like Ernie Ropp and the Iron Elk and Warren Ropp and like the Red Baron, John Klug. Iowa was really, really strong, with pulling tractors. And I think that's probably why I fell in love with diesel versus spark plugs, just because of that dad farming and stuff like that. So, but it was fun to kind of roll through the comments here. My dad, my mom and dad, my dad. And I kind of did that, guys, because I really wanted to show people what's the word I'm looking for. Just what family means. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We talk about being a family sport all the time.
Yeah,
For
And
sure.
then, we got Cameron back there, and we're going to talk about his dad here in a little bit as well.
Sure.
Another one I did was I got to share my screen, guys. Give me a second here. I said, "What is the worst Halloween candy ever made?" So that had 73 comments. That's more than the who took you to your first truck and tractor pull. So Logan, the worst Halloween candy ever made. Like if you walked up to somebody's house, and Logan, I had kids as old as you come to my house to get candy.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit. If I could go up to a stranger's house and get a free candy bar, heck yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah. So
granted, I've got to drive a mini rod later, so I'm going to regret that. But
yeah.
Worst Halloween candy ever made. I know the general consensus is going to say candy corn. Those are some of my favorite.
Blech.
You don't like candy corn?
Have you ever had chalk before, Logan? Just ate a piece of chalk?
No, but I have had Play-Doh, and that's about as good as it.
Right?
Every week.
Gosh, I'm not one to knock much of a candy person.
Right?
Well, I think Noah's got it there. Whoppers, those aren't up to snuff. That or that one house that always hands out like oranges or something.
Oranges? Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I like that. I like that a lot. David Vandenberg's checking in that first question. I had a friend of mine, parents taking me to my thing. As a kid in Hudsonville, Michigan. I've been hooked ever since. Awesome.
Randy, you're a kid at heart. What's your least favorite?
Candy cane or candy corn. And Tootsie Rolls. And Tootsie Rolls. Those are the ones. So, Randy, did you say yours yet? Randy, did we lose Randy?
We lost Randy. Randy's gone.
He got an important phone call. So, so tonight we got Cameron Neves coming in. He's sitting in the back. So we'll just bring him on right now. The cotton candy pulling team out of Texas, McAdoo, Texas, to be exact. So we'll ask Cameron what his worst candy is for Halloween. That's something. There's a beautiful cotton candy there. Of course, they have the high cotton two-wheel drive as well. Randy's coming back. Randy.
Yeah.
Must have been an important phone call there, Mr. Boss Man.
No,
he's still spinning. He's still spinning.
Oh, got it.
Well, we'll let him come on in a second. I'll let him come on here. So, Cameron, we're going to bring Cameron Neves on. Cameron, how are you, sir?
Good, guys. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for coming on tonight. Randy's the one who wanted to have you come on because he wanted to learn more about you, Cameron, and now he's not even on the podcast right now. So,
well, he'll be on when he gets ready.
Randy's here.
Yeah, I'm on now.
Randy, can you hear us?
Yep, I sure can.
He's here, but he's not all there. How's the weather in Texas, Cameron?
Today, about 80 degrees.
80 degrees. Tomorrow it'll be 50, right? So,
Well, in a week or so, yes. But We had our first freeze a few days ago.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. It was good to see you a couple weeks ago down in Lufkin. That's a great event. Love it. I love Lufkin. I love what they do down there. It's always good to catch up with everybody. And they had good weather except for Saturday night. We got rained out. So
Saturday
Somebody
night got a
said-
little wet.
somebody said I think you said or Donald said it hadn't rained quite a while in Texas, and all of a sudden it did. So
Well, it's sporadic sometimes. Yes, Jason.
yep. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So who took you to your first tractor pull, Cameron?
My parents, mom and dad.
Do you remember where it was and what it was?
Not for sure. I was 18 months old. So I think it was Plainview, Texas.
Okay. Do they still have a pull today?
No, it's right north of Lubbock. There's very few pools in Texas, Jason, as you
Yeah.
know.
We got to get more. But was Texas a hotbed for pulling for a while, like with a lot of events, Cameron, back in the day?
Yeah, it was Texas Tractor Pullers Association. It was an NTPA member state back a long time ago.
Yeah. No, I remember that
That-
because that's
that
kind of
kind
that's how you guys started, right? And Blake Graves and some of the big Donald and the names we think of today out of Texas.
Yes.
Nice. Worst
So-
Halloween candy ever, Cameron. What's the worst Halloween candy?
I don't know, guys. Candy corn, I guess. I
Thank
follow
you.
y'all's suit.
Wow.
Thank you. What did you guys give out at your house, Cameron?
0.
0. Did you just turn the light off, or what'd you do?
You know, if you knew where we live, there's not many neighbors, Jason.
Hey, Randy's back.
Hey, yeah.
I said, Cameron, Randy wanted to have you on so you learn more about you. Then as soon as you come on, he disappears. So I said, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's Randy for you.
Yeah. Hurt tried to call me, so I had to get him. I had to give him, let him know what was going on. So,
Oh, they
He
should have
was-
just put him on the horn and
oh
let that loose cannon rip.
nah, no. We
No.
did the right thing.
We did the right
So-
thing, so.
We did the right thing. Yeah,
Well-
yeah.
Got here, the one, the only Cameron Neves. Randy, this is your guy. I'll let
Oh.
you run with it.
Yeah.
No, I think it's just great. We get to talk with them from the Outlaws, and just we get to see them from different parts of the state or different parts of the country. I think it's great. Cameron's on here with us for sure.
Glad
But
to be here.
how was your year? How was your year this year, Cameron? You have the mod and the two-wheeler, right?
Yeah, we had a good year. We finished second in the points with Outlaws in the mod, and we finished fourth with the two-wheel drive. We had some breakage along the way, which that kind of comes with the territory, I guess. But we started off Outlaw season pretty rough. We broke 2 motors back to back, consecutive hooks, but we kind of got that lined out. So we had a good year after that.
So, what part of Texas are you out of?
West Texas, we're 50 miles due east of Lubbock.
Okay. So, I know it's going to be a big number, but throughout a given season, how many miles do you travel up and down the road running anywhere from Nebraska to Texas?
I would say 20 to 25,000.
Wow.
And
Now we did stay in the Midwest quite a bit this year, different times. But if you made every event like we do, you would be 25,000 plus, I would say.
Wow.
your pops drives the Peterbilt just about everywhere, right, Cameron?
Just about 99%, Randy.
Yep, that's what I thought. I really enjoy talking with your dad. He always tells me that he does all the driving. I think that's awesome. How old
Right.
How old is your pops?
He's 79.
Yep, I think that's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. So, Cameron, for those that don't know, give us the 10,000-foot flyby of who you are, and then kind of how the whole Cotton Candy team or the whole Cotton Motorsports came about.
Just say cotton. Just say cotton. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Cameron does not have a lot of feelings. He'll be okay.
Okay.
Jason, come on. Dad started pulling in 1974. So we've been pulling every year since then. So I guess this will be our 51st year of pulling. In 2017, we started running the two-wheel drive. And my son Seth started driving it then. And then when my nephew Cameron Reed Pascal became 18, they started splitting time with that. So, but we don't split any time with the mod as of this, unless Dad wants to drive. The only person who's going to drive it at this point in time.
Yeah. I believe this picture Jason has pulled up, that's Farm Show 2024, right?
That's
Yes.
Broadbent. I'm going to bet you a lot of money that I took that picture or somebody did. So, because I like to get those shots between the engines like that. So,
Mhm.
That was 2024. We were very fortunate to get second place in the finals behind Simons. We did that without the main team member being there. Dad was in the hospital downtown Louisville that whole week.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So Seth and Donald was on the floor with me both nights, Wednesday and Saturday night.
Wow.
I'm just
Yeah.
flipping through stuff. You guys keep yakking. I'm just flipping through stuff on their Facebook page right now. So,
Yeah.
So you said started out a little bit of a rough season. Was that just with the mod, or how did stuff go? Just kind of starting there in Nebraska, kicking the season off, and then moving all the way to the very end there.
We had one engine failure in the two-wheel drive in mid-August, and in De Leon, Texas, on Saturday night. And
I feel like all the two wheelers had a rough go that night.
so I called Brian Knox Saturday night, asked him could he get a motor together for me for the next following week. And my mom and sister went over and picked that motor up on he started on Monday afternoon, and he had it completed at Wednesday at noon, and we put it together, changed the engine out Thursday in Wisner, and we were on the track Thursday night.
Wow.
So kudos to a heck of an engine builder for us.
That's a lot of work, a lot of change around there. So how many events did you run between the two vehicles?
Oh, we probably made 26, 7, 8 with the mod, and just about that many with the two-wheeler, Logan.
Wow.
A lot. A lot.
So talking around numbers here, we'll say 50 runs across 4 engines. We'll say 10 gallons of fuel a night. And that's a solid 10 drums of fuel by the time
Well, we
you're all-
we bought 13 drums start the season. I think we have 1 or 2 left.
Wow. That's just a lot of running. And I mean, you guys clearly reflected in your results. You guys put together 2 great seasons, landing
Well,
yourself
thank you.
in that 2nd and 4th position with the mod and truck respectively. How do you think the mod class was this year with running and gunning against all these turbines?
That was probably the most competitive year we've had, with the mods. And we had great numbers. Sometimes we were in Freeport, Illinois, and I think we had 16 or 17 mods there that night. We had 4 guys come from Illinois. Bollinger brought 2 tractors a few times. Russell Phipps and Steve Hood brought the Hush Money tractor quite a few times. And then Wayne Bunnage ran, I would say, 10 or 11 hooks with us for the season. We gave the turbine a run for its money, but we had some bad runs, and 2 bad runs in Wisner and a bad run at Des Moines and Iowa State Fair. And then we had a poor showing at Unionville, Missouri, and we got behind. We couldn't catch them.
Yeah.
Cameron, how many drops does the mod class get? Is it 1 or 2?
2.
And then that's something fans, if you don't understand, and I don't know if every association does this, and Logan, you can speak for PPL, and Randy, you can speak for OSTPA. And obviously I understand the outlaw stuff on this, but I know that we've been able to, there's so many hooks, you can drop your worst 2 hooks, Cameron, and they fall off as they happen, right? Can you kind of walk the fans through how they do that?
That was new this year, Jason.
What was it?
Before you could do it, the drops didn't happen after Wisner.
Okay.
But this year, it was kind of a rolling scale. If you had one that was the worst finish you had dropped before, you would pick that one, you would use that one, and you pick the other one back up. So we dropped Unionville, Missouri was one of them we dropped this year. There was 10 or 11 mods there, and I was next to last finish. And the very next night, I was first hook, and I was first place. And there was nothing wrong with the way the tractor performed at Unionville, other than the fact is that excuse me, I just didn't make a good run at all.
No, I mean, seeing how all that went down, I mean, when you're running against, we'll go out and say it, in this division, you've got 12 of the best mod guys there every week, and just being in a different spot with the track position or draw number, it's kind of what makes or breaks. You can have seasons like that where I always say it is a circle of luck. And when it's your time, you can do no wrong. You can't draw a wrong number. You can't spot a sled in the wrong position. But
That was in 2024 for us, Logan. Yes.
yeah. But when it, like, I have a run here for you. It was a run that stuck out for me, and we can watch it here. But it was a run from Buckner in 2024. And I mean, you guys laid down a picture perfect pass. So here, let's just play this real quick. What a run there.
He was on rails.
That night it was. Yes.
Absolutely. Looks great. Looked great. Well, what do you think was what was their most rewarding win this year, Cameron?
I would say Rock Valley Saturday night. Wayne Sullivan had the lead, and I beat him about 2 or 3 feet. I was late. I was a late number, and it just worked out. And I think we had, I could be wrong now, 15, 16 that night at Rock Valley. I'm not positive on that.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it up right now on the app.
Okay.
Do you think, this is just a blanket question, but we can tell definitely that the way tracks are being built is completely different than the past 10 years. A lot more moisture, a lot tighter. Sleds are changing, stuff like that. Do you think the draw has become more important on where your position is in a class? Or do you think there's still some other bigger factors in that?
I would say this year the hook position is very critical. If you're in the top 3, 4, 5 of the class, it seemed to be worked in a benefit for the early number guys. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I've just been noticing, watching videos from even a couple years ago, the moisture contents of the track, and it's truly become where on some tracks you better have the first number, other tracks it might be the last draw that wins it. So, but no, looking, I always try to ask everyone this on multi-vehicle teams. Between the mod and the two-wheeler, which one's your favorite to drive and why?
Most definitely Logan the mod. That's what we've always had. I probably hadn't driven that truck 2 or 3 times since we've owned it. I drove it at Farley this year, and I just care for the mod. You can
How'd
see
you guys
more.
do up there?
I don't remember. We weren't in the top 10, Logan. So if you weren't top 10, doesn't really matter. But I'm more comfortable driving the mod. I'm more comfortable setting up the mod. I question myself more with the truck than I do the mod.
Cameron, at Rock Valley, you were first. You were at 340.65. Kentuckian was 337.94,
Okay.
and Vern was 337.83. There was about 10 feet between the top 6 tractors there in Rock Valley, and there was 13 tractors there that night. So
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought there was 15. Okay.
oh no. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just trying to be the fact checker. So
No.
Yeah.
So is it one of those deals where throwing the setup and all that aside, is it just more fun to drive the mod because twice as much power? Or what's your thoughts on that?
I would say yes. Easier to drive. The bigger tire is easier to hook than a small tire, in my opinion. Two-wheel drive can overpower the track pretty easy if you don't watch it.
Yep.
Like you said, it's just the driving the mod is what excites me the most.
It's definitely a fun ride. Jumping between the minis to a two-wheeler to a light mod on our stuff. The mods are definitely a completely different driving style compared to everything else.
Yes,
So,
I would agree.
I understand.
It's got a way cool factor too, Logan.
Oh yeah.
We got multi engines. I mean, when you look at like what videos do the best or stuff like that, it's always going to be the modifieds. Just hell, the startups alone are cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just firing up. I love that. Cranking them over and watching it and watching the families do it, and everybody's got a system. So,
You know, we don't get a chance to run where we live. We don't run a 3-engine setup very much, mainly just a farm show.
yep.
So I like running the 3, but I'm more comfortable with the 2.
Yep. No, that's always been something I've loved about the mod class, having our tractor and then watching all you other guys run. The engineering to make those two motors work in harmony is, I think, the cool factor about the mod class.
Well, we got to thank Brad Corporal for that. He does a heck of a good chassis.
You got to have good people behind every good team. So, Randy, you're being too quiet on me.
No, that's okay. What do you think is where's the hardest one to win, Cameron? The place that you always want to win, but it just always seems to get to you.
I don't know, Randy. We've been lucky the last couple of years, and we've won at Rock Valley, and we've won it Wisner. I've won the Rock at Rock Valley 3 or 4 times, but that Thunderbolt thing is the most elusive one I've never won.
That's
I can
Wednesday,
win.
right?
Yes, I can win. I can win one night, but I can't win the weekend. But I would like to win that Thunderbolt before it's over with.
Hey, Cameron, did you ever get a pull back in the days, like at the Astrodome and stuff like that, or did your dad?
Dad did. He pulled the Astrodome. He pulled it to Southwest Farm Show in Fort Worth, which was patterned after Louisville. But that deal ended up ending in the mid '80s because tractor blew up and sent quite a few people to the hospital out of the stands and out off the floor, and that was pretty much the end of that.
Okay. I didn't know that. Crowd wise though, but like the Astrodome was gigantic, right? Like crowd wise.
It's gigantic. Yes.
Would that be one of the biggest crowds you've seen with your dad, or
Probably, yes.
is that one that had like monster trucks and all that stuff too as well, Cameron?
No, that would be this would be before that, Jason. It would be just regular pulling, no monster trucks.
So was that USHRA or TNT? Do you remember what association that was?
I don't remember. I was too young.
Okay.
That might have been Redman TNT and then the USHRA for the trucks.
Okay.
You know, I mean, we pulled the State Fair of Texas once at Dallas.
Okay.
Years ago. Banner Brothers was there. Bruce Hutcherson was there. I'm trying to think where else we pulled in the wintertime. Then we used to pull a lot in the wintertime with a guy out of Missouri named Neil Darnell, his Main Attraction Promotions. That's when they run the monster trucks.
What was it called?
Main Attraction Promotions.
Main Attraction. Okay.
They're based out of Springfield, Missouri.
Okay. And that was a lot of indoor venues?
It was only indoor venues, basically.
Okay. Like how long were the tracks?
Oh, anywhere from 130 foot to 250.
130 feet.
That's
Wow.
short.
Well, that's a big load in the boat there, huh? Wow.
Pretty big loaded, Randy.
Yeah, for sure. 130 feet. You probably got the box completely full. Probably started halfway up the rails.
That was in the early to mid 90s.
Yeah. So
Probably hit a whopping 10 or 15 mile an hour going down the track there.
yeah.
You watch those videos, Logan, it's pretty slow.
No, you always see those, and then you see the good old whatever they had in their minds back then with the tractor drag racing, or they were always coming up with new stuff to try out in the indoor world of stuff.
That was United States Hot Rod, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the stuff that people put on TikTok now, Logan. They used to actually do it back then in the day. Now it's just fun stuff on TikTok. So
Yeah. For
It
sure.
was for real back in the day.
somebody just texted me and said said Houston was also Pace Motorsports in 1998. Hold on, I got to open my phone back up. Somebody's watching. Houston was also Pace Motorsports in 1998. I love this side of it, Cameron, because I really didn't understand national polling until, I don't know, 15 years ago. I was just limited to Iowa. That's all I knew. And before the internet got crazy, you know what I mean, with all the stuff.
Yes. I bet we were there late 70s, early 80s.
Okay.
So when your dad started pulling Cameron back, did you just start with one motor, or did you always have two?
No, we started, Randy, with a one single engine carburetor motor, and then it evolved into a injected motor, and then one blown Chevy, and then two blown Chevys, and then three blown Chevys, and then four blown Chevys, and then we made the decision to switch to two Hemis, and the durability is there, and it just builds more power.
Sure.
Hemis are a lot easier to work on. We figured that out.
I would agree with you on that. Yes.
So is this the same chassis that you had the three Chevys on, the two opposed and one facing forward?
No, that was the three Chevys was an Engler chassis, Logan.
Okay.
That's a modern machine chassis built in 2021.
Okay. Where did that other tractor go off to?
I sold that to Jim Martell.
Lovely Jim.
Hey, okay, I'm a diesel guy. Tell me why a Hemi's easier to work on.
Hemis are, I'll let the guest explain it.
It's just easier to get the heads off. You can get the blower, supercharger, injector hat, and manifold off and all in one shot. It's just probably half the time to get apart.
Oh, yeah, if that. I mean, you can have that motor down to a short block and with a couple guys in 20 minutes.
And the oil,
yeah.
you don't get all dirty from the oil either.
It's true, Randy.
Yeah.
All right, Cameron, I Googled George Neves pulling tractor, and I found this picture. You were just a couple days younger in this picture. Do you recognize that at all, bud?
Yeah, and any no gray hair, Jason. I recognize the picture.
Where was that at?
Can't tell for sure.
I'm gonna upload it. Give me a second. That's what's fun about having Randy and Logan talking. I can go do fun stuff like this.
Yeah. How is your pop? How is your pops, Cameron? Is he doing good?
He's great. He's sitting in the house watching this.
Oh, good. That's exciting. Well,
Hey, George.
yeah.
Okay, that says so Carol McCowan Photography, Cotton Candy visits Ira, Texas. Am I saying that right? Ira?
Oh yeah, we took that down to some friends of ours that live down by Snyder, Texas, south here about an hour and a half, and their daughter was a senior in high school, and she did a report on tractor pulling, so we took it down for the kids to see, and that's the superintendent of the school there.
Okay, I think I found the picture. Look how young George looks in this picture. This is awesome. Hold on a second. Look at that. That is classic right there.
Yeah.
That is money. Cameron, how old were you think in that picture?
I don't know, Jason. That tractor there was built in 2006.
Okay.
So
I love it.
probably 20 years ago or close to it.
This is good stuff.
Before my time.
Oh, Logan.
Cameron, I'm going to be 50 on Sunday, and one of my friends gave me an early birthday card because I'm going to be in California next weekend. And that one, my birthdays have never hit me, but 50, I was like, uh-oh. Like,
Well, Jason, I'll be 54 on Thursday.
Get my stuff together. Yeah, it's just wild. It's just wild.
You say you'll be 54 this Thursday, Cameron?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yep.
That's why Cameron and I get along. He's a Scorpio too. It's good stuff.
Absolutely. For sure.
How many acres
sure.
you guys farm, Cameron? Of cotton.
All cotton, right?
Yes, all cotton. We farm about 3,000 acres, Jason.
Okay.
How many t-shirts of cotton is that worth?
I don't know. It's quite a few.
And you're just
The
getting
last
ready.
few, we're just getting ready to start, Logan. But the last 3 years, we have not harvested anything. This is the first time we've harvested since 2021.
What? I'm not a big cotton farmer. What's the reason behind that?
Lack
No.
of better terms, no rain
No rain.
Wow.
Mhm.
or not enough.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought
But-
we had spoke about that down at the farm show for it's been a couple years since you've had a good crop, and I didn't realize it's been 3 years since you've had any crop at all. But
Yes, sir.
it looks pretty good this year though, right, Cameron?
We're excited about it. It's a very good crop. We're ready to get started.
Good.
We'll start sometime next week.
Yep.
Okay, guys. So on my Google searches, I found something.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Nord needs tractor pulling. Okay. And I found the Dublin Shamrock News, Dublin, Texas, Volume 1, Number 6, Edition 1, Thursday, August 26, 1976. I got to zoom in on this or something, but I wish George was sitting there with you, Cameron, because this has to be something your dad did. If it nailed his name in here, I picked it up in here somewhere. Dublin Shamrock News. Where would that be, Cameron? Does that ring a bell?
Yes, it's 10 miles east of De Leon, Jason.
Okay.
You guys pulling De Leon, right?
We still do. Yes, Randy.
I thought I remember hearing you and Cole talk about that. So going to De Leon,
It's about
So-
an hour and a half southwest of Fort Worth.
hour and a half. Okay. So that's a pretty good drive. That's a pretty good drive for you to get over to Cole's and over by Cole and
Donald,
Donald. Yeah.
about 7.5 hours.
Yeah.
So what's it take for you just to get out of the state of Texas, heading just straight north?
Oh, 2.5 hours, Logan,
Okay.
about.
So when you go to the farm show, we in February, it's a pretty good hike. It's a pretty good hike across there, right, Cameron?
Yeah, about 16 hours, Randy.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. 16, 17 hours. Yep.
We split that up in 2 days.
Yep. 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 Well, hopefully all you guys get in. You guys use a truck across there together. A few of you do.
We do. We hope to get in, but you never know.
Right?
I take it you got your stuff all sent in and all that jazz.
Yeah, we sent both of them in, Logan. Hopefully
Good.
we'll get them both in, but you never know for sure.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. It's always fun to go to the farm show. For sure.
So while Jason's reading the Sunday publication, what's your guys' plans for next year?
Yeah. Any
Sorry,
changes?
what did you say,
And-
Logan?
Any
What's your
changes?
plans for next year?
Well, our plans are we'll run the whole outlaw circuit again and try to win another championship. It's pretty hard to do, but we'll give our best shot at it.
Yeah.
How
June-
many championships have you guys won over your years?
Two mod championships, Logan. Some of those years we weren't able to go start the season off in Ravenna because of our crop. So we've started planting some cover in our stuff to keep it where it doesn't blow around, and we're able to leave it and go pulling in Ravenna.
What time of the year is that, Cameron?
Early to middle June.
Okay. So when do you start planting at home then?
Yeah,
I
walk
would
us
say-
through what goes on with, for those who don't know, planting the lovely crop of cotton.
We usually start planting 20th to 25th day of May. We plant it with basically all you guys would call it a bean planter. We call it a cotton planter, but it's basically the same thing. Just change the plates.
Uh-huh.
We plant that cotton in 40-inch rows with a population of about 20,000 seed per acre.
Okay.
Wow.
Got it.
And then is it do you have to use any fertilizer and stuff on it, or is it just a whole lot of water?
Some people use fertilizer, especially irrigated farmers. Logan, we don't use any fertilizer where we live. The ground's pretty good. It takes about 20 to 22 inches of rainfall a year to raise a good cotton crop. It's nothing like beans or corn, but we have to get that rain in a timely fashion. We need a planting rain, and we need one in July. And if we're going to make a crop at all, we got to have one Wisner / Bowling Green week.
Okay.
Yeah, that's mid-August. Yep, that makes a big difference here.
And then a cotton plant does not mature and die on its own. You have to kill it chemically or freeze.
In order for it, I take to open up so you can harvest the cotton.
Yeah, we sprayed it. We sprayed one pass on it already, and lots of times the cotton's good. You'll spray it 2 times.
Okay.
Then that comes out in big bales, right, Cameron? Big squares. That's how that's.
They call that a module, Randy. It's about 10 to 12 bales of cotton.
Okay.
Some of our neighbors have a cotton stripper that's called a baler stripper, and they put out round bales of cotton.
Okay. Okay. How do you do yours? Are yours in the big squares or are they round?
We're in the big squares,
Okay.
at least this year. Yes.
Okay.
We run 2 machines in the field when we're
Got
harvesting.
it.
How
How
much?
many-
Go ahead, Randy.
No, go ahead, Logan.
How much cotton from other farmers is down around in your area? Because there's none up here.
Our community here, Logan, we are 100% cotton here. There's probably
Okay.
40,000 acres right where we live.
Wow.
We're close to Lubbock. I don't know about it anymore, but that used to account for 25% of the cotton raised in the United States.
Wow.
I was just gonna ask Cameron, how many acres can you harvest in a day? Just a good day, nothing, not a killer day, but just a good day, getting your harvester and just go, as we say, just go have fun, just run your combine.
I would say 80, 100 max.
Like there's Lubbock. Okay. Because I know Susie and I bought a new combine here 3 years ago. A newer one, not new to us because they're so pricey, but we've had some pretty good days. We can cut 250 acres of beans in a day, but that's a good day though. But we probably average 200. That's why I wondered what a good day was for you guys. But that's a lot of land to cross though.
It's a lot of land.
Yeah,
Takes lots
for
of time.
Yes, sir.
What do you guys think of Farley this year?
We enjoyed it. I wish he'd run the light mods there, but I tried, but he wouldn't go for it. But it was a well-run event. We had a good time there.
I take it you're probably putting your hat back in the ring for the Pullers Championship again?
He's still pissed at us.
I don't know. Jason, we don't have to publicize that.
Oh, it's okay. No, it's good.
I saw a comment on there somewhere asking if he was already invited or not to it. So
past champions have an automatic invite. But I already what Mr. Neebs and I talked about in Lufkin, Texas, has been addressed, and that'll never happen again. So I want to publicly state that. So it's all good. I would, yeah. People, it's better to be honest. You don't have to be a dick. And that's what Cameron's not. He's just honest, and I appreciate that. If you ever talk to Jeff Hurt is not a dick. He's just honest. And Cameron Neves the same thing. He'll tell you what's on his mind. He'll be very polite about it, and he'll just tell you what's up. So I appreciate that out of a lot of people. So and segue, if Cameron wanted to get a slice of pizza from your place, it would take him 20 hours and 45 minutes. It's 1,345 miles. So
yeah.
I just wanted to put that out there. So
Pizza might be cold, Randy, before I got there.
I don't know. We got some pretty good delivery bags. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always say every puller should promote a pull once. And I truly believe that. I mean, I feel like you should be a promoter once, because I think the best pulls are run by promoters because they've been to some events and you learn from different things like that. I also think everybody should go to a tractor pull in Texas once and then feel what Donald and Cameron and Whitey and Meddings and everybody do every single weekend to go pulling. It's wild. It is absolutely. And I mean, Logan, you're out in the boonies. What town are you in?
We're in Lewisburg.
Lewisburg, Kansas.
Yeah.
And my tractor lives out in the boonies too with my singer, so it's all
We're I don't think you're out. We're not out in the boonies as far as you think we actually are.
Oh, hell, you guys are within double digits, 10 hours. Could be the Logan. I'm just going to pick you up someday. We're just going to go visit Cameron and go do an interview.
Very much so. I mean, any which way you guys are crossing down here to Texas, I had something going on, but next year I'm going to try to snag a ride with you or good old Ron Stone down. And we'll see what this Texas boys have to offer.
It's fun. It is fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Susie and I went out to Whitey's and Cole's a few years ago there to Columbus, and Cameron and his dad were there. We had a lot of fun. We had a great weekend out there. So it was a lot of fun pulling there. So
Cameron, what are some venues in Texas that should have tractor pulls that aren't right now? Like I was really impressed with Columbus. Nice grandstands. I can't remember if the track was good or not, Cameron. I know we got rain on Friday night. But what are some venues that you feel like, man, I wish like this place should have a pull? What are some thoughts out there in your brain?
We haven't pulled in lots of places in a long time, Jason. We've been pulling in White Wright for years, DeLeon, Lufkin. I don't know outside.
So I have not been to DeLeon. That's that big watermelon festival or something, right?
Yeah, Peach and Melon Festival, yes.
Peach and Melon Festival. Okay. Do they get a big crowd in DeLeon?
Very big.
Very big. Is like bigger than White Wright?
I don't know. No, I would say not. About the same.
Because I think probably White Wright. I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know. I mean, I feel like that's the biggest crowd I've seen in Texas. I've been to Meddings Pole. Whitey had a lot of people on Saturday night in Columbus. But, man, White Wright, I think White Wright's the biggest one I've been to in Texas.
I would say probably so, yes.
Yeah.
Cameron, when you're running up and down the road through a summer, do you drop your trailer anywhere closer towards the central of all these events up here in Missouri, Iowa, and Nebraska, or you hauling it back and forth every single week?
If we're coming home, Logan, we bring the whole rig home.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the capability of hauling a spare motor in our trailer. So if we're broken very much, we got to come home and fix it and go back.
I know, like we'll talk here in a little bit with Meddings, but I know their tractors throughout the season sometimes will live at the Masterson stable. So I didn't know if you guys had anything worked out like that.
No, we usually bring it home. It's just we have quite a few people going with us, so we just travel back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think your average drive is, Cameron? You probably average what, 10, 11 hours to go pulling?
Oh,
Maybe,
I bet, Randy.
Yeah.
I bet for the most part, yes.
You know.
Well, if he's 9 to us and we're 5 to everywhere, then
yeah, we're blessed where we're at. We really are. I mean, Jason's been here a few times to see where we're at, but Susie and I are very blessed. We're, 3 hours, 3.5 hours, we can be just about 40 events. We got some that are 1,000 feet away. We're lucky here. But
You're lucky.
Yeah, we're very lucky here at home, that's for sure. But I know you guys drove quite a bit. I just wondered what you thought your average was. Probably 10, 11 hours.
I'd say 10 or 11 hours, yes.
Absolutely.
I know I complain a lot with how much we have to drive, and I see Cameron just over here shaking his head. All 5 hours. I'd love to do that.
No, guys, and Donald and Whitey go probably 2 or 3 hours further than every trip.
Yeah.
We are.
Okay.
We've been down to Donald's place. We went down and saw Kenneth Popham, picked up some parts from him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But we've been down in that area a couple times, went down there and saw them, and they're down their ways too. So,
Cameron, what's the biggest check you've ever gotten? Or Dad?
I would say the farm show.
Yeah.
When we were second in the finals, we got $5,000.
You got second in the finals?
Yes.
And it's
In
5 grand?
2024.
Okay.
Well, that was that was the first Wednesday night show, getting 6th place and getting 2nd in the finals.
Okay,
It's combined.
gotcha. No, that's
Robert
good.
Miner beat me to this. I was going to ask you this here in a little bit. If you weren't in a mod or a two-wheeler, what other class would you be in, and could we get you in a mini rod?
He would. He ain't scared. Cameron ain't scared.
Yeah, I don't know, Logan. I never thought about that.
Well, let's talk about it, Cameron. We have time.
I'm sure you do, Jason.
He needs to build a mini so we can prove to Ron Stone that they need to get a national level mini class in the Outlaws.
We need just. I think that sled is what scares everybody away. That extra cost.
Randy,
I think you're right, Jason. I think the sled cost scares them, don't you?
Yeah, it does. Well, it's an extra, probably 2,500
Yeah.
to 3,500. Randy, what do you get for? Well, I don't know if you want to get into that, but would you say it's a fair price, 2,000 to 4,000 for a good mini sled on a night? Depends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
Because
you're in-
Randy's a mini sled owner now. I don't know if you knew that, Cameron.
He told me he did. He bought that
Yeah.
sled.
Yep. That is definitely part that's a little bit of a struggle that we have here in Ohio, because it is more money, but they put on a hell of a show, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
they do.
So
They do.
once
I
they
guess to
have-
answer your question, Logan, a mini rod would be intriguing, but I'd really like to drive an unlimited.
okay.
Mm. 4 motors or 5, Cameron?
Whatever makes weight, Randy.
I could see the gears turning. He was going, well, could we put 6 on it?
Mm.
It'll
Weight,
never
yeah.
make weight, Logan.
Yeah,
Who runs 5? Billy,
Billy.
Power.
Yep.
Wayne Purser.
Yep.
Purser.
Yep.
Benedict's, they all run 4, I think, on all 3 of their tractors.
I believe you are correct. 4. Yep.
Jacob Hardy. Yeah, the minis. Yeah, but I think the minis got a ton of momentum.
Mhm.
I think the light mod class. I mean, I know the Outlaws call it mod and NTPA
Yep.
calls it light mod, but I feel like that class has a ton of momentum. I think the 7,400, Cameron. I think that's going to catch on nationally eventually. I really do, because the
I
different.
think it will.
Because the different
I think-
combinations.
I think it will. Those guys that run that NTPA light mod, they tell us that they have to lower their drawbar to keep the front ends down. So
Bump them up
70
to that 74.
right, but I mean that's just what works for Outlaws in Illinois, and everybody can do their own thing.
Yeah, and we
No,
and
that
we did that.
7,400 pound class, that's a very, very good class there.
I like it because it gives you the you can get a lot of different combinations, not just 2 Hemis. I mean, I know
Yeah.
the Hemis are easier to work on, but it gives a chance to like the Omers with the 3 Chevys and
We're
Hell,
Chevy guys.
yeah, you're Chevy guys too. So it's fun to mix it up and the turbines and different. You see a lot of different combinations. Like European modified pulling camera, you see a ton of different combinations.
Oh yeah,
That's what we run in Ohio. I think it's 75 in Ohio, but 74, 75,
Okay.
And you get a lot of, like you say, a lot of different ones. So different setups for sure.
Guys, we're running down to 3 minutes with Cameron. We got Mettings and makeup in the back room. Case Conover wants to. Have you ever pulled in San Antonio, Cameron?
I have not. My dad and mother both have there.
Would that have been like at the Alamo Dome or something like that, or where would that have been?
No, it would be at the Joe Freeman Coliseum, which would be right next door to the Alamo Dome.
Okay, gotcha. I've been to a Spurs game at the Alamo Dome. They don't play there anymore, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
That would have been in the 90s.
That would be in the early 80s when this happened.
Okay, gotcha.
Got it. Awesome. So, all right, sounds good. Thanks a bunch, Cameron, for coming and
You're
talking
welcome,
with
Randy.
us and-
I wish
and,
we'd have been more exciting, Cameron, but it's fun to talk about Texas and things like that. So
Thanks
Cool,
for
de-
having me, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. We'll definitely
It's been
see-
awesome talking. Well, I'll have to catch up with you sometime along the
You bet.
season. We'll hopefully see you around.
We'll see you at the farm show for sure. I know we will.
Yeah.
Well, we hope so, Randy. We'll see.
Yes. And
when
say
do the
good-
Cameron,
luck.
when do the letters usually come?
Last year it was in December, I think.
No,
I
it
believe-
used to be kind of Thanksgiving, right?
yeah.
Yeah, used to be
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, or used to be the Outlaw Banquet. We used to know if we were in or out. But Last couple of years been a little bit later than that.
Yeah, first week of December or so. We've got about a month and we'll find out. So
Cool.
Yes, we will.
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you,
Sounds
Mr.
good.
Heath.
Hey, tell your mom and dad we said hello and
I
be
will.
careful be careful at harvest.
Thank
So,
you guys. Appreciate it.
Yep,
See you,
thank
Cameron.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
There
Texas.
you go, folks.
Everything's bigger in Texas, Randy.
Everything's a long drive in Texas, isn't it?
Mr. Cameron.
Our
you-
next guests like live way down there too. You can like smell the ocean from Nordheim, Texas.
Yeah, I forgot to ask how far south the Bullfrog was from Cameron, but it's a pretty good hike down there.
Yeah, Clint flew me into Houston a couple years ago when I used to before we started doing the Polars Championship. I'd always go down to Nordheim every year, and we would hang out with those guys down there. Talk about a lot of fun, getting to know the Meddings and watching the hot farm. And then they ran 5-0 pro stock, and now they're big wompers, and they hang out with the granddaddy of them all, Mr. Masterson. So it's pretty neat. What was kind of? I mean, it's kind of fun that we're having a Texas show tonight. And what kind of triggered your Randy to do this?
Logan and I were just talking like, hey, who do you want to get next week? And I'm like, let's do something. Your Champions Tour pulled, and I'm in Ohio. Let's just do something different off the wall from what our norm is. And I'm like, let's go outlaw pulling. So that's just. And then Logan and I kind of laughed about it, and then he agreed with me. So
and Meddings don't even run it. They don't run with the Outlaws anymore because they have the big pros. I think that was a couple years ago, Clint. So what Clint would do, and he would switch over. He'd run 5-0, and then he would put on the cooler and the big charger for the farm show.
right.
And, the farm show is Clint's baby. We'll let him talk about that a little bit. This is a picture here of the fleet, of the Medding fleet. So the first tractor, far left, that is the hot farm named the Bullfrog. And then we have the Bulletproof Buck and then the Bull Wagon. So, and that 730, man, that thing is a beaut. It's a beaut.
Absolutely.
So let me bring on our guests. I see Connor. I don't know if Conley's coming on the right, but I see Connor and I see Clint. So, guys, welcome. Connor, can you hear me now? Connor, can you hear me? Connor Medding, Clint Medding. Hey, guys. Wonder how long this is going to take, Randy.
I don't know. They're looking at us.
They're definitely looking at us.
Yeah.
Can you hear us, Clint? Huh? Guys, wait a minute. Say something. I don't know why we don't have sound.
I don't either.
We normally can hear him.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
We can hear him. You hear us?
Jason's mic's not working.
What?
He's talking away though. Can't hear a damn thing he's saying.
Wow. That's
Looks like Randy and I'll have to run this interview.
oh.
Well, Medding family, how's it rolling?
Yeah, that's all good.
Good. It's good to see you. Did you have a good day today?
We did.
Good.
Well, every
deal.
day in South Texas is a good day.
Yeah. What was the weather like there today?
It's in the 80s, low 80s.
Yep.
It's about 80 degrees. It's nice.
Good. That's great.
Dry.
Dry. Still no rain, huh, Clint?
Now we had some people close to us have a couple of inches here. I guess that was Saturday night, but they got some hail and some of it was pretty damn bad. So I'll take the no rain versus the bad stuff.
Got it. Absolutely. We're with you on that. Absolutely.
We got them tornadoes. They got them bigger tornadoes, what they call them hurricanes down there.
Yeah, I don't know. We got some weird weather going on. Dude, cut that off. We got, all of the hurricanes this year. If there was anything trying to come this way, I don't know what was driving them, but they take a hard left or hard right. We didn't have anything come this direction this year, so.
So I just Googled the old Nordheim, Texas. You guys are way down in there.
We're about 2 hours from the Gulf of America.
Gulf of America. There you go.
Absolutely.
So continuing on with this big old Texas-sized interview here. Give us kind of a rundown. I'm new to this. We got to see a couple times out there with Pro Poland League with stuff. You guys put together a heck of a season. Finished up in the second and third spot there with the Pro Poland League. Give us a rundown on your 3-vehicle fleet and how everything's just kind of developed over these past couple years.
Oh, well, the little tractor that was in the picture earlier that y'all had up is the tractor I started with in 2009, Bullfrog. And we pull it. I think we make 2 hooks a year with it now, pretty much. It probably needs a new home. But we pull it at Columbus at Cole and Whitey's Pull, and we pull it at Nordheim. It's a good stout running tractor. We just wants to, we're going up north, whether, back when we were pulling Outlaw or now we're pulling with PPL. The dates always conflict, so we hadn't really been able to run any kind of points with it. But anyway, it sits in the shop and gets about 4 hooks a year. And like I said, I don't know. We've thought about maybe seeing if we could find a new home for it, but it's a really nice piece, and kind of hate to think about selling it, but I don't know. We'll see. Right now, it's just sitting in the shop in all its glory.
I'm sure Randy would like to end up with it.
Yeah.
It'd be available. Yeah. So, we pulled, I guess I pulled with TTTPA with it from 2009 to 2000. Was it 15? It's 7 years, I think.
Yeah, 2015.
And then we bought the 830, had it for a year, and took us a while to get a motor out of Riverside for it. Anyway, I think we started with the Outlaws in
2017.
17. Got really close to winning the championship my first year. Missed it by, I think, a point. But anyway, kind of had a little blunder at Wisner, Nebraska, and I couldn't make up. We only had 1 hook after that. So anyway, we came back and won it the next year. And then in 2020 COVID year, we put the what was originally the corn-fed tractor that Justison's owned. Lance Little had built it for them, and we bought it and ran it, and Connor won the point championship the first year with it. And then I only won 1, and then he ended up, I think the second year we were right up in the top, but didn't get it won. And then the last year we pulled Outlaw with the 5.0 setup. We won it with the 60/30, and we're second with the 830. And then when we couldn't bridge the gap anymore to go to Louisville, I just decided we basically made a commitment to put the coolers on so that we could be competitive at Louisville. And once I kind of saw what all that took, and that's a complete different game. But once we put it all on, I didn't want to go back. So we've been pulling. This is our second year with Pro Pulling League, and really, really have a lot of fun. So enjoy pulling with those.
It
guys.
definitely is a blast seeing you around. I mean, when the Mettings show up, you know that they're here. So it's always great seeing you guys out there pulling along. So tell us a little bit about the Bullfrog. David's asking if you could pull it there in Cloverdale or Gordyville.
Yeah, we actually made one trip to Gordyville in 2012, made the finals with it, and had a blast. I think that was the only year that, I think on Friday we actually were wearing T-shirts. I don't think that's the norm for Gordyville. Saturday night after the finals, we got boomed down, and it was sleeting, and it was getting intensely cold, and we rolled out. And I don't think we stopped till we got home. We drove straight up there and straight home. So,
Wow.
We had a blast though. I was, pretty new into pulling, and when we pulled into Gordyville and saw all of the smoker tractors, I had never seen that much smoke in one spot. So we had a blast that year. So, and did respectable.
What's the naming system behind all of your vehicles?
Bullfrog, we bought actually the old original Bullfrog that was over in the Seguin area that pulled back in the 70s, early 80s with the Lone Star. And it was $8,000 of what not to do. So we bought it. I think we got a valve cover and an oil pan that was usable, and the rest of it I should have left where I got it, but we got the name with it. That was a pretty high dollar name, but I don't know, it just kind of fit. It stuck. So and then since then, I've just kind of kept the bull part of it and tried to name the other two after it. So Bulletproof Buck and Bull Wagon kind of all ties a little bit to that. So
Wow.
it's just a bull thing, I guess. I don't know.
A lot of bull.
Not copying the Nelsons by no means. That was just the Bullfrog was a tractor that probably had more downs than ups back when it pulled in the 70s and 80s, and it was a pretty much an ag chassis with a quad range in it, and I figured out pretty quick none of that was going to work for the horsepower that we could make, and so we bought a tractor that was actually a super stock out of Wisconsin, I believe, and we bought just a rolling chassis and had Haslag out of Washington, Missouri, do all the sheet metal, turned it into a 4455, and it had an Engler cage and a Engler 3-speed transmission, and they had put a tube chassis on it. So anyway, we built it and was very, very successful. When I had it out, there was only one other tractor that kind of we competed the very first year. And anyway, we were always, seemed like with that deal, I was always one step ahead of the game. I hooked up with Riverside 2012, and they built me my first stroke 466 for it. And there was just nobody that could touch it. And when the Puller 2000s came out, I had the first set. I figured them out quick, and we had some people pulling with ag tires and a few people with the old style pullers. And I don't know, we just always stayed on top of our game and did real well. We won 7 years straight. And we had some years that we had some really good, tough competition. Actually, a couple of years I didn't think I was going to pull it off, and might have had some breakage, or it just everything fell together. And the last year we pulled, I won it, and we had bought the 830, and I had done everything I knew I could do there and was ready to move on. So that's when we, basically started with Outlaw with the 4.8 Hyper, and ran it. And then I was big time instrumental with trying to get everybody to the 5.0, and they all got on board. And I mean, I wasn't the only one that did it, but I wanted to see that happen. I just knew we needed to go with something different besides what we had. And that really opened things up, let us increase some horsepower. And I do like now that I was told that they put a box, basically a tagged charger. I think that's important when you get into the box deal. Weimer tags them and they're sealed, and that's a big deal if you're going to run box. So we had a lot of fun doing that. We couldn't go to, when we would, the first year I went to Louisville, I took the 4.8 off and put a 5.4 on and picked up 1,000 horse, and that was the first hit. And that was not a lot of tuning. We went and we actually won Thursday night with that setup. Didn't make the finals. I've made the finals, but I've never been able to back it up and do real good in the finals. So anyway, we just couldn't bridge that gap anymore. So we decided to put the coolers on. We were actually going to try to put the coolers on and then build a set of motors to run Outlaw, swap them back and forth. And when I realized what that was, we just decided to try staying with that setup. And it's a challenge. I mean, we're pulling with some of the best competition in the United States. So our biggest downfall right now is we're trying to figure these tracks out. Most of those guys that pulled on these tracks all their lives, we've pulled down on. If it's a one-night hook, we've been down them twice. If it's a two-night hook, we've been down them 4 times, trying to figure out what guys know from pulling all their life on them. So we're getting there, I think.
Well,
I know how to set them up and burn them up. I'm just trying to figure out how to set them up and make them play.
keep them running.
They run
Well,
good
no,
for a little while.
You guys put together a commanding season there with the Pro Pulling League, pulling out a second and a third, respectively. Tell us a little bit about how your year went on the national circuit.
So it started out, I think our first hook was Mound City,
Mound City.
Missouri.
Yeah.
Yep.
Broken injector tip off Friday night. Friday.
Right.
On the 830 was what was on what seemed to feel like a really good pass. That didn't work out so well, but borrowed an injector from Kevin and got it put together, checked everything out, and we at least bumped the sled with it on Saturday. Kind of kept me in the hunt, and then I don't remember exactly how it all fell together, but we went to Osceola, Iowa. I got a win on Friday. I got a second on Saturday, so I actually won the overall there in Osceola. Very, very good pull that we enjoyed going to. You always like the ones that you do good at. But anyway, some of the PPL hooks, I mean, it's no doubt it's anywhere, but hook order plays a big part. We probably could have drawn a little better at some of them. I let my youngest son, Conley, drive the 830 the bulk of the season, and he's had some very, very good runs. He's had some not as good, but a couple of them where the tractor was pulling them around and finesse on the brake might be a little bit on the aggressive side, and it kind of upset the thing. And at Hillsboro was one that sticks out in my mind. We drew really well on Friday. He was second to last hook and was on a pass from hell. I mean, he was going to be in the top 3 pretty easy, and it was pulling him to the right. And just from not driving a whole lot, he jabbed on the left brake pretty hard and upset it, and it kicked the tractor to the left, spun the sled out far enough that knocked some of the advertisement signs down, and that hurt him. And then like I said, he hasn't had the experience in the winning that Connor and I've had with pulling Outlaw or me pulling with TTTPA. So I was doing my dangest to get him a win. And anyway, we just didn't get it pulled off, but he had to go back to college. So I got to get back in the seat at Nashville on Friday night, and I got a win.
Yeah.
So we had a wholesome 2 wins, but there's some guys pulling with PPL and NTPA that never has had a win. So when you can win with those guys or get in a top 3 spot, you're starting to, you're doing some good. But it ran a little too good on Friday, and the cooler air, and I burned a piston in it. Had a piston with me, did not have a head gasket. We thought about really hard about trying to tear it down and fix it. The whole crew there at Nashville was all on board to help me. Basically, Friday night, I was within 16 points of first place. I couldn't catch Tinker Toy, but if I could have got another win on Saturday, I'd been within 6 points of him. That would have looked a lot better than what it looks like right now. So the reason I took such a dip is because I didn't hook it Saturday night at Nashville.
Yep.
It stayed in the trailer, and I didn't want to hurt it any worse than it was. And so anyway, we all in all, we had a good season. PPL was a little short on some pros this year, but I have no regrets. I love PPL. I love John and Christy. I love their whole crew. And I hear things are looking up this next year and going to be bigger and better. So we're looking forward to a good season.
I know Randy and I were definitely talking about that this week on what's going on for next year. What's your guys' plans for next year? Sticking with it, going to try to show up the Mastersons and pull out a championship? What's kind of the plan there?
Well, if we could get Tinker Toy to lay down one hook, that's a tough one, I tell you. River Rat had a little breakage. They fought it pretty hard. But Tinker Toy is just a magnificent tractor. It's very, very tough. And they stay up with their maintenance, and they've helped us just enormously with getting us to where we're at. And, you know, they're as good as they are. I think they could go pull an NTPA season and be right there. That tractor is just amazing. So when you take second place or third place to them, Kevin told me he wanted, you know, he said something about pulling PPL. We pulled a little bit of NTPA the first year, actually had some fairly good success real early. And then we had a chance to get our sheet metal redid. We had to get them where they would raise and we could do the maintenance because they're quite the labor intensive piece now. So we basically just had a part season the first year. And then after that, we got on board with John and Christie and pulled PPL, and their hooks are a little bit closer in our realm to go to. They have a few less than NTPA, and it just kind of fits us right now. I love pulling NTPA as well. Both of them are fine organizations. It's just 14 or 16 hooks, you know, and we stayed up at Kevin's a whole lot. We flew a lot. I flew more this year. I should have some air miles that I can use. I've never flown so damn much in my life, but it was a pretty quick way to get home if we didn't get hung up in the airport. So we had a few delays where we were laid over for 4 or 5 hours. That kind of sucks, but all in all, yeah, it was a good season. Thanks to the Mastersons and they moved some of their trucks out of the way so I can pull my toter in and park it under the shed, and Kevin's just helped us a bunch. So
Yeah.
it's been a good deal.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, we're excited to see what's going to go on next year. So I take it we'll see you down at the banquet here coming up soon.
We'll be there. Even
Awesome,
bringing a wife and
awesome.
a daughter this year. So this is going to be their first time that any of them's met my daughter. She's able to come. They're going to go watch the big cattle show at Louisville Friday while we're doing our meetings and whatnot. And they're coming for the banquet. And so I'm excited about that. And yeah, the banquet's always fun. Last year, obviously, was our first year there, but we had a blast. So
Yeah. You mentioned the rodeo there. I think I'm going to try to make it out at least to one of the rodeos out there. That sounds like an interesting Friday night's always that night. You can either go out and party with all the other ones with Randy and his crew.
Now
that was a
stop.
lot of fun.
Randy's a blast there, but no, I'm not of that age yet. So we're going to go see a rodeo out there.
Cool.
So
Now, Louisville's pretty neat.
Louisville's awesome.
For
We're
sure.
looking forward to seeing if we're going to get in. I guess we will.
You guys had one in the show last year, right?
We had both of them.
Both of them.
Yep. How far of a drive is that for you, Clint? Cameron said it was about 16 and a half for him.
I think it's closer to 20 for us.
Is it?
18 and 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
a solid 2 days to get there, I'm pretty sure.
Not
Yeah.
with Dad's driving. He can drive that straight through, but
That's a big wheelbase truck. That thing of yours is pretty damn cool going down the highway. I mean, it's got to ride like a dream. Probably
it rides. Yeah,
It'd
it
probably
rides
be-
like a Cadillac.
but it probably corners like a combine. But other than
No.
that, you know.
You don't want to take
How
any
long
side
is that
streets.
thing?
We talking to the DPS or it's a little less than 100 foot overall.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
So, question for you, diesel guys. You mentioned there the air was better in Nashville and hurt some parts comparatively to that. We tune our motors off of the air with them, and we have a way to feed them more alcohol. How do
Yep.
the diesel guys tune their motors with stuff?
we probably should have bumped up a little water. That's the only thing
Okay.
we really can do. The air, most of the season was just heavy and humid. But Nashville was low humidity, very cool. They were running very, very good. So anyway, we probably should have put a little bit more water to a couple of cylinders. The temperatures all look good. I was playing with a little fuel too, cutting some fuel back, and got a little greedy with that. So live and learn.
How do you guys?
There's not a playbook on how to do it. It's just you got to burn them down and make notes and then back them off a little bit. So we're getting there.
You just got one. You just got one though, right, Clint? Isn't that what you
Just
told me?
one.
That's
Just
one.
one.
That's good when you just get one, right?
The other 5 soldiers look good,
That's
but
good.
one of them got a little toasty.
That always seems like something with the diesels, that those things just burn so hot that even the smallest steel with a water line breakage or something will burn those motors down in an instant.
Yeah.
So-
Well, with the intercoolers, we broke a main water injection line with the 6030 when we pulled Outlaw, and pretty much when you lose water injection on them, they'll pretty much lay down.
Yeah.
Almost keep them from self-destructing. With these, with the cold air from the intercooler, they just get a little leaner and meaner. They're not going to stop. So,
Just get hungry for some parts.
we haven't had that particular issue. The biggest deal was, the 6030 ran well. We went 1 and 2 on Friday, and the track was really, really tricky on Saturday, and we tried something really stupid, and it really, really didn't work. So I didn't give Connor much of a chance on Saturday. I thought we were going to be heroes. We kind of moved over and tried something nobody else had done on Friday, and it worked out real well. But man, you don't know unless you try. So
100%. What would it take if you guys weren't doing the diesels, what other class would you be in?
I don't know anything about a spark plug, so it couldn't be anything with spark plugs. I'd get my wires crossed all the time. Oh man, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of them that are fun. Connor would be about right for a mini
I was
rod.
gonna say I'm not much on spark plugs, but I wouldn't mind a mini rod.
There you go.
Maybe a diesel super. Maybe I can talk Schultz into let me take a ride. Hell, he don't even get to take a ride. His dad's always commanding the seat.
Him and Doug Meisinger.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, so I'm not going to talk.
I can hear you now.
Can't
Oh,
have-
yeah.
I was wondering why you was being so stuck up. You weren't talking.
No, I don't know. I was yakking, introducing you guys, talking about our friendship and everything, and then you guys couldn't hear me, so I just shut up.
No, you're talking. You're loud and clear now. Whatever you did, you're good.
Good deal. Good
Sounds
deal.
like we need to get the kid there a mini rod ride, and I might have to hop in one of these oil burners.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I have drove something of a mini rod. It was a chassis that would fit a Hemi, but it had just a big block Chevrolet on it.
Naturally aspirated. Yeah.
But
Yep.
that when you set that close to the ground, and you got something like that, I'm not used to that, but you put a Hemi up there between your legs, I'm sure it gets real quick.
Let me tell you something. Even from driving a small block mini supercharged to the Grand National minis that we campaign, it's night and day difference.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, they've got them now. They seem like early on they were really squirrely and kind of tough to drive, but man, they seem a lot better now.
They definitely
at least
got
try
better.
to go straight. I guess that's all in the differential. I don't know.
There's definitely been some big improvements with how the rear ends are set up and stuff, but
Yep.
they are still very volatile.
Yeah.
Dad always says if you can drive a mini, you can drive anything. So,
What supercharger do y'all run on the minis? Is that a 14?
it is.
Okay. Yeah.
I was bothering some diesel guys about this last week. What would it take to put a Root supercharger on a Pro Stock motor? could that be possible? Could you put enough air through it, or even on a smaller motor? What would it take to ditch this turbocharger and put a Roots supercharger?
That's a good question. I mean, I'm sure with some dyno and R&D, you might could figure it all out. That's kind of almost like, seeing some of the blown Hemis that run the turbos. They're a complete different deal. Certain tracks were, I don't know whether they hook quicker or I've been told, or at least I think, they're not as drivable. I don't know. You've got to get after them enough to get the boost built. So I don't know really how that works, but every so often you see those guys sneak in there, but they don't seem like they can be as near as competitive as a belt-driven blower. What's your take on the guys that have run the turbo setup?
I've had to be the only one, right? That I can think of.
I've had the privilege of working with Mike Evans throughout the season on stuff. Mike's an awesome guy, and call him up and he'll do anything for you. But we've been working through some stuff. He's definitely gotten it figured out, and he's a lot closer than where he started. So I'd say give him another year and he'll get that thing figured out.
Yeah.
But just on the diesel side of stuff, running a Roots supercharger, if you get any more drivability out of it, or say you have to pedal it or something, you don't get under the charger.
Yeah, I mean that'd be interesting to see somebody try.
Logan, you're too much of an engineer asking questions like this.
It definitely, you would think the drivability would be possibly better. I don't know. That's a good question.
Huh.
What kind of a boost will a belt-driven supercharger make?
We'll put just for reference, not talking exact sizes, but rough sizes. How big is your guys' intake valve?
Oh man, that's a good question.
Use it for a hitch pin in your lawnmower, Logan. That's how big it is.
They're big.
Yeah.
I should know that question.
We're with a two-wheel with a mini at 45% over. You can do over 40 pounds of boost through a 2.6-inch intake valve.
Okay.
I know the two-wheelers are getting up there in the 55s through a 2.6 intake valve and a runner the size of your fist. So I know some of the diesels are getting up there in the well over the hundreds. So that'd be just an interesting deal. You could go to an 18 or a 2071, tack a couple more inches of rotor length. But even if it wasn't something that worked, out with the pro stocks, going to even like a 4.1 tractor, having something like that.
It'd be interesting to see somebody try that. Yeah, I mean, it works on the 2-cycle Detroits. That's where they kind of were derived from.
Right.
That's their main source of air on a 2-stroke. It'd be interesting.
Yeah,
Sure.
coming next year, Meddings with 2 superchargers strapped on the top of their tractor.
One on each side. Yeah.
Yeah, one on each side. There you go.
There you go.
One feeds 3 cylinders.
There you go. A front and a back deal there. Absolute. For
Yeah.
sure.
Jason will have to figure out how to run 2 into his.
Jason doesn't know
stacking them.
I don't know anything about my tractor. And anybody who knows me well enough knows that. So my Singer does everything and my dad drives it. And when my dad's not there, Doug drives it. So it's all good.
Come on, Jason.
Well, I want to someday, but I want Dad to enjoy it. And I've been busy with Full Pull Live and at the events, and that's what I got to do right now. It's all good.
Yeah, y'all definitely stay busy. That's for sure.
We sure do. We sure do.
Do a very good job.
Good to see your guys' faces. I'm glad to have you on tonight. This has been fun. Connor, what happened to your hair? Yeah, pushing.
He didn't know if he should take his cap off. He's going to have
I
to get him. He's going to have to, for a guy that's 21 years old, it's leaving him quick. Hey, 53 years old. I know you can't see it, but that's all hair right here yet. Little thin. That's what a flat top looks like. I don't know what happened.
It's leaving him quick, he says.
It's leaving him quick.
For sure.
Well, Randy, what do you got? That concludes my list of stuff.
I got Clint. What other classes make you, besides pro stocks, make you leave the trailer and come up and watch?
Yeah.
The 4-1 limited pro stocks.
Okay. I like
Oh,
Why?
man.
Why, Connor?
I don't know. It's no knock on the 5.0s, but I've
No.
Just-
I get it.
there's no knock.
You know,
as far as like the ag chassis and stuff, I mean, I think some of the guys that we see run with PPL in the summer, like Jesse Geiza, and there's a lot of them 4.1s that come run, and those are really good running tractors. And as far as the ag chassis go, I enjoy watching a really good class of 4.1s. It can get interesting in a hurry.
Yeah.
Fun to watch.
Yeah.
They in a way, more so they used to with the 5.0s. They still kind of do now, but they're kind of we use them as kind of an idea of what we might try or what we might do. It's kind of the closest thing that we do.
Any of
We
a
have-
tractor class that pulls before us, we're looking at them pretty close.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, it gives you a pretty good idea of maybe what to do or what not to do.
They make them 4.1s. Do they make half as much horsepower as you?
The
More-
four
I would say-
ones, I don't know,
Yeah.
How
the
much
pros are making over
horsepower?
5 now, right, Clint?
25, 26, 2,700 maybe.
Yeah,
Well,
for
I don't know.
I've heard 4.1s, depending on the dyno, that mid twos, like 27, 2,800.
Yeah.
Big
How much
pros, you guys
horsepower
are well
can we
over
pull out
5
of a
now,
pro
right,
stock?
Clint?
What's that?
Big pros are well over 5 now, aren't they?
No, they're at 5. I don't know. I don't have any well over 5, but
Okay, I don't know. I'm just.
I don't
asking.
know. You know, I don't. I kind of know what our little circle is, and I know where ours are at, and they're not where everybody's are at, but they are what they are. So
Sure.
the 830 is
Yeah.
a little stronger than the 6030. We fought the 6030 and doing some changes to it, and we're going to see if
Look,
maybe by chance
puppy.
we'll get it woke up a little bit. But
I've had many podcasts with the Medians over the years, and this is the quietest the dogs have ever been. So
Yeah.
I wanted to double check that they were still alive. So,
Oh, yeah, they're
'cause you guys
still
always
here.
got more dogs.
nobody scratched on the door lately.
There you look there. Yeah,
So happy to be there.
Yeah.
absolutely.
I know the answer. I know Clint's answered this question, but Connor, who's your pulling hero?
That is a good question.
Because your dad's gonna say Kevin Masterson without a doubt.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin and before Kevin, it'd be Don.
Mhm.
Don is the man. Very grateful that I got to know him and spend some time with him there toward, well, the 1 year we were there with the dyno. And
Yeah.
wow, what a guy.
Mhm. Isn't he the winningest driver in Louisville history?
I
think
think
so.
so.
Kevin's,
Don-
It's
Kevin's
a
probably the
house
next
that
closest.
Masterson built. That's what Louisville is. It's a house that Masterson built.
Yeah.
So it's nothing. Then you put him on the magical Tinker toy, and he could pull some stuff that I didn't think was doable. I've never
Yeah.
had much luck or seen a lot of people that had luck with the right side at the track at Louisville, and I've watched Don go down there and win the whole deal with it. So
I remember one year Susie and I were down there. Saturday night, the last hook of the class, the last tractor, and everybody's pretty much getting up and wandering out. They rode him off, and he went out there and just beat their ass. Just
Oh, yeah.
straight up. Put
He was
the
known
pass
for that.
down.
and make you like it.
Yeah, absolute. Yeah, I remember seeing that one night. That's just amazing down there for him, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Connor, what's your answer?
I'd say a mixture between Don and Kevin and Rob Russell. we've learned a lot from Rob too, and I like when he comes and hangs out with us, and mainly because Kevin likes to give crap to everybody else, and Rob will just turn it right back. It's pretty hilarious to listen. They got lots of stories, and you learn a lot when you're sitting next to them too.
Oh,
Yeah, Brett
understood.
Burns came around and hung out with us, and Brett, I never really knew him that much, but man, he's a super cool dude.
Brett's awesome.
When you're sitting around and talking to all those guys, it's pretty neat. But talking back to the 4-1 deal, or is there some other organizations going to eventually let that go to a component, or where is
Yeah,
that
that's
at?
a rumor. That's a rumor mill I'm hearing, but we'll see. So
Yeah, I'm
right now
sure.
it's rumor central right now in the pulling world. So until the banquet, there's going to be a lot of guessing, and I heard this, I heard that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah. The first one. When is the the PPL banquets in? Not this weekend, the next weekend, and
Next
then
weekend. Yep.
then NTPA is the 1st of December, and then ours isn't until January, the 3rd week of January. So I think Wisconsin's the same weekend as NTPA's. So when is the Outlaws? I feel like I should know
Probably
that.
coming up pretty quick too.
it's that
Yeah.
2021, 22 weekend. I think PPL's 14th and 15th.
It's,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
it's the
think
weekend
Outlaws
after
21 and 22.
PPL and the same as the Western Series.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, ours is always the last one. We're in January. We're the 3rd week of January, so everybody pretty well has theirs all hashed out. Then we work with ours, So
No,
I
we're
missed
looking forward
this.
to it.
Would you drive a red one?
Yeah, I probably could lower my standards that much. No, I grew up on driving an 806 Farmall, so hell, they're all good.
Tractors are like watermelons around here. You keep the red, you throw out the green.
Logan,
See that?
that's an old one, Logan. Come on, buddy. You
Just gotta let the green ones go a little bit longer till they get in their prime.
Well, then they turn orange, and then you're into the Kubotas, and you know how well that goes over.
Yeah, well, now that's almost like having a Mahindra.
For sure. Absolute.
Well, what do we say? That's all I got on my docket. It's been a blast.
Yeah, absolutely. We got everything covered. My list is pretty well all wrapped up as well. Logan did a
Randy-
great job again.
Randy, are you on the roller this year again at Louisville?
Well, I'm pretty sure I am. I have not talked to Mr. Witt or to Bowman, but Bowman told me just keep coming back. So he wanted me down there. So I haven't
No.
talked to him. but-
Randy, you got to put your paperwork in just like the pullers do, and then
Yeah, yeah. Show up on Monday and help park. But yeah, as far as I know, I'm planning on it anyhow.
You and
So-
Keenan.
Randy's doing that. Where do I get the paperwork for this?
Yeah. What's that, Clint?
I said you and Keenan tag teaming.
Yeah. Keenan drives into the sand pile. So
Yeah, that's impressive. You got a 4-engine mod sitting there running, and Keenan stuck in the sand pile.
yeah. Yeah. Way to go, Keenan. Yeah. I just back up the hill and get out of everybody's way. So
Man, don't you know he was having a panic attack?
sure. I know I would have been. I'd had a hard time not jumping off and running and hiding. That'd been a mess, Oh my.
Those pneumatic rollers, they can get stuck on a wet cow paw.
Mhm.
So I can only imagine getting a little excited. He got a little excited for some reason, shoved it up in the sand. He was trying to be a superstar in the pulling world. Got in the
He
sand
wanted
and
to
then,
know what it felt like.
Yeah, come in there a little hot, I guess he says, but
coming in
I
hot.
yeah, I tell you, when I back up the ramp there, when seeing all you guys go by there, there's just something about going to Louisville. When you're sitting in the stands, there's something about being in Louisville. And then there's another thing to be lucky enough to be on the floor with the pullers. And
Yeah.
then I don't know, when I get to do what I do, I'm just pretty darn lucky, pretty blessed. People put up with me and let me get away with what I get away with. But there's just something to be sitting on the starting line to watch all you guys drive by, and it's it's just pretty blessed to be able to do that. And then I just
Yep.
think to myself, you know, I hope the brake pedal works on this thing. You know, this thing's
Yeah.
older than I am. I'm like, oh my, you know, oh please don't give up on me now. You know, especially if Vaughn's over there close to me, and yeah, it's something, that's for sure.
It's a
Absolutely.
well-oiled machine. What you guys do bouncing, between each other and stuff, it's pretty neat. So
It is.
Yeah, when it's like almost in the sub-teens and they just don't have quite enough room for you to get inside the door, and Bowman rolls the door down and you're sitting outside. That gets intense out there.
Yeah, it does. And just about the time you're pretty well, you know, I'm pretty lucky. I don't require many clothes, and but it's kind of nice right here. And then he throws that door open, and oh my, it blows in that Arctic blast. And then I think, boy, you guys have been out there sitting in it, so for sure,
it gets real in a hurry. It
Yeah,
gets
absolutely.
real in a hurry.
absolutely.
This
For-
this last year, it was cold when we showed up, and it was colder when we left. But the couple of years I had been there before that, it was like I showed up in just a pullover jacket or t-shirt weather, and normally I got it. Normally by the time I was pulling by Thursday or Friday, that's when the front was blowing through, and it was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been. I tell you what, I really enjoyed being able to be on the roller, get off there, and then with the Pro Stocks being last, I park my roller and get on that little pit bike, and I can zing down there to Broadbent and hang out with everybody for a little bit and do our thing, and then, oh, downtown, here we come. You know. So-
There's not a better feeling, and I've only got to feel it twice, but to win your qualifying round and then get to go back to Broadbent knowing that you're staying.
Yeah, you don't have to go out to your trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we always get to stay till the next morning, but it sucks just as bad, But when you're pulling a smoke tube off after qualifying round, it's kind of a Debbie Downer. But-
Especially when you're less than an inch short. That really stings.
Yeah, we almost got the 60-30 in there last year up until the old freaking V8 Massey took us down.
Damn.
Oh, Carlton.
Both of them were close, but it just is what it is.
Yeah, you're down there dodging bullets at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, those are the 48 of the baddest hot rods in the nation that you got to get in against. That's for sure.
Yeah. The first year I made it in on Thursday night was the same first year Cole made it in. Might have been one
Yeah.
of the best nights of my life. So,
Yeah.
Didn't go to bed too soon that night. I think I went to bed with my pulling pants on, actually.
Yeah.
Well, it was cold. It was cold, Clint. You needed.
Oh, Lynette did pull those off. It was like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully
Go ahead.
I said hopefully the Zyjeks will make it back this year. I know one truck is put in.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
hopefully they'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
We had Cole on there a couple of weeks ago, and he had told us that. And actually, Cole called me today. I chatted with him a little, so I gotta call him back. So, but yeah, it was. Hopefully, he'll get in. He won the Texas points, so maybe that'll
He
give
did.
him enough to get in. So
Those Cole and Whitey are they don't get much better than those guys.
how long have you been? Are you been pulling with those guys the whole time, Clint?
We started, when we started Outlaw, we pretty much started kind of running with them because a lot of times, most all the times, the two-wheelers and the two-wheelers, mod, and pro stocks are at most of the same hooks. So we traveled a whole lot following that red and white trailer around.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
No,
Yeah, yeah, good people for sure. For sure. Absolutely. What else you got, boss? Jason?
No, I was looking for a picture of you on the roller at Louisville because I have one. And then, I found a picture of Clint and I in Broadbent. I want to upload that quick.
where were we at?
I always take my selfie with Clint, so we have a good time. With that.
Oh man,
Oh yeah.
look at that handsome stud.
Woo! Clint and I we've had a lot of fun over the years. We're drinking some whiskey after the Outlaw pulls for a couple summers there. That was I broke a couple of his chairs accidentally.
You did.
Oh, I
Got a little out of hand. That's all right. That's all right.
Yep.
No hard feelings. Moonshine was always good. There was always a lot of that around at Outlaw Pools.
There was. There absolutely was a lot of fun.
Jason's gonna have to make it back to Nordheim one of these years.
Yeah, we. What are your dates on it this year? Because Polaris Championship's the 15th and 16th.
I think it's
Alvin.
the thing.
Okay. You guys, if you ever get a chance to go to Nordheim, Texas, anybody watching, it's a great poll, great venue, and the food is stupid good. And one year I was lucky enough to announce the chili cook-off. I got to do all the auction stuff because the feller didn't show up. Remember that, Clint?
I remember it very well. You did
That was
good.
fun. That was fun.
My mom even liked you, so you were pretty good.
I shamed a lot of people that night, Clint,
Yeah.
to buy and stuff. So
No,
no, that's what this is all about. The friends you make and the friendships you continue to have in the sport. That's what makes it all worthwhile. All the
Yep.
running and the craziness and all that goes with it. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing y'all at the banquet and/or Louisville.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Absolutely, we will. So,
Well, Clint, Connor, thanks for coming on tonight, guys.
Thank y'all for having us.
absolutely.
Anytime. So
Hey, I feel
It's
honored when y'all
definitely been a
want to.
blast.
I feel honored when y'all want to talk to some peasants from Nordheim.
Shoot, I'm on top of the world. I would have never talked to these two fine folks here if it weren't for this thing.
but
So,
that's what's fun about this. That's what's fun about this. And we've been doing this a long time. It's been fun having some new blood come on here like you guys and just kind of keep it interesting and interview some people. And we've been doing this podcast for over 10 years every Monday night. So it's fun to get some new people on here. So I appreciate it.
Well, we're not the big and famous rock stars, but we sneak up and bite you on the heels every so often. So
I love it.
we're getting there.
All right, you guys have a good night.
All right, y'all too.
thank you very much,
Appreciate
both of you.
Sounds good. See you, Clint. We'll see you, Connor. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right, sounds
Best
good.
of luck next year.
Thank you.
The Mettings.
There's
the fleet. There's the fleet right there. Bullfrog, Bulletproof Buck, and the Bull Wagon there. That was a good interview. Yeah, they said they couldn't hear me, so I quit talking. I felt bad because like Clint's my buddy. And I felt bad, but that's what happens. So that's what happens. So that's why I said something there about halfway through. It's like, can you guys hear me or not?
Yeah. No, we got you now, whatever was up with that. But
Yep.
what a show there, Jason. What a show.
That's fun.
Andy?
Good job,
Yep.
guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like I say, I really appreciate you guys letting me ride along with you because that's about all I feel like I do most of the time.
Logan, your interviewing skills are getting better every episode, Logan, and it's fun for you. And it's fun. Honestly, it's fun for me to have you have people on that you don't really know because it's a genuine interview. Then you know what I mean. So next week, who'd you talk to at the FFA convention?
It was
for next week so far.
Of course, I don't remember their names.
The Massey Ferguson Farm Super Hit guys, right?
Yeah, that one.
David and Joe Batliner, I think is how you pronounce their last name.
Cool.
So got to talk with David there, got to talk with Joe. It was a great time, doing a great cause out there. So hopefully looking to have those boys on this coming week and talk a little bit about some stuff with the FFA and their kind of one-off specialty Massey Ferguson they got there.
Yep. And that's that's an ag chassis. So that's a Massey motor, that V8. So
yep.
They can't just do whatever they want sheet metal wise on those. So that's exciting to do that. Then, you guys will be able to report on the PPL banquet after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that won't be Monday.
Next Monday, but the Monday.
I'll be able to report on California.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, where are you guys flying?
The Indiana State Invitational for MLM Motors.
Where do you guys fly into out there?
Fresno. Flying to Fresno. Fresno, California. I almost said Fresno, North Carolina.
Fresno. When are you doing that? Thursday?
Yeah. No, Wednesday. We're going to go out Wednesday and we're going to do like a tour of the town. So I want some other things. Don't leave us yet, people. Joe Ader got a Skag sponsorship.
Yeah, pretty exciting.
So we do the dirt with Dan Mayer on Full Pull. Here, I want to share that video. Dan went up to New York and actually broke the news on this. Where did I put that in here somewhere? Sucks not having Kenzie here. Let's hear. Oh, we had a video experience.
Good afternoon. Dan Mayer joined by 10-time national champion Joe Ader. And the paint isn't even dry on the 2025 season. But, Joe, you've got a major announcement.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. You know, we're throwing a big party here today of our 10th national title. And we're debuting a brand new sponsor. And we're very proud of it. It's Skeg Power Equipment and out of Wisconsin. And they're worldwide with their equipment. And we're very excited. We're going to put them out there on the map, and along with some Peak Oil, Emax, and all our good guys that are on board with us. And we're just very proud of this, our new colors. So we'll see how the night goes here.
Go for number 11.
You know, it's we won't stop. We're going to keep going, but we definitely want to make them proud. You know.
So that was courtesy of Dan Mayer, the Dirt with Dan Mayer, the voice of Full Pull, breaking news on there. So it was good to see him do that. How many corporate sponsorships do we have in pulling? And this is, everybody jump in on this for those who are watching. Facebook finally went live. We had some issues earlier with that, but think of it, Randy. How many are they corporate sponsorships on any OSTPA tractors or PPL tractors or Logan?
The only ones I can think of is, Hertz got the Ferris, in Ohio. And then obviously Mike Connie's got the Mac trailers. And then there's Jeff Hodem. He's got the
Brad Becker scales.
Breck Bueller scales. Yep. I can't think of any more. I'll keep thinking about it though.
Nothing else, Stan. Rink Seed with Brett Berg.
Brett Berg, yep. Can't really think.
I need to get some Cincinnati Bengals decals for that beast. Yeah, it kind of did. Kind of looked like some underwear I had in high school. I think some zebra skins. Something like that.
You sure that was high school?
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it's been a couple of days, Randy, since I did.
Just checking.
I'm asking for a friend.
Susie.
I'm asking for a friend.
If you guys haven't seen yet, there's a truck called O-Line out of WP Developments, and it's owned and going to be driven by the NFL guard that plays for the Colts. Is it Tucker? Is his last name? He's going to be on the No Practice podcast with Chase and Adam and Tyler this Wednesday night. So the fact that a current NFL player is going to be driving a super stock diesel truck, guys, that's not going to be bad for ratings.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great.
If we could take 10% of NFL's viewership.
Is he going to debut? Where's he going to debut that?
I don't know. Hopefully the guys will break that down Wednesday night. Logan had reached out to him for an interview, and then I know Chase got a hold of him, or somebody did from No Practice. Might have been Tyler. I'm not sure.
Sure.
That'll be fun. That'll be Wednesday night. And then you guys haven't seen. Have you seen the Breaking Barriers podcast yet?
I've seen him around. I haven't watched much of it.
So he did an interview with Brian Connor last night. And,
I seen just a little bit of it. Yep.
It's on their YouTube channel. Brian brought up a lot of good points. The one thing he talked about was, the prize money doesn't match basically what it costs to build these things today. We're getting paid the same we did back in the day when Ernie started. So that was kind of neat to see him go. But go head over to the YouTube Breaking Barriers.
Yep.
And Gary Barntrucker just started pulling a couple years ago. He's got a 466 tractor. Pulls East Central Iowa. Has got a couple point championships with it already, but super professional. Does really nice interview podcast, sets them up, not a bunch of hicks like the three of us just sitting here yakking on our computers. Yeah, set them up nice. No, I'm just joking about us being hicked because we're not, but does a really good job with it. He went down. I don't know if he went down to Ernie. Not Ernie. I don't think Ernie and Brian talk anymore.
No.
I don't know if he went down to Brian's shop because they both kind of have their own businesses now. I think Brian does a lot with fuel systems.
One does alcohol, the other does diesel.
Yep. So
But no, now that you mention it, it was back in the early days. I talk whenever I got on this show with good old Mike, bringing on Pulling Through the Past. He had a couple guys on there that they had actually interviewed. So I took some points from their interviews, but no, very, very professional. So
Good deal.
Yep.
Good deal. Well, cool. Get a hold of Batliners for next week. Logan, get that lined up. And then Randy, do you want to try to find somebody else for next
Yep.
week?
Yeah, I sure will. What do you think?
I want to keep mixing up. Like today I talked to a gentleman from the Southeast Ohio Pulling Association. Like, I really want to put a bigger spotlight on these smaller clubs. Like, so if anybody's watching, we'll interview anybody. We're easy.
Sure.
So, I think it's a chance to do, get some word out about your club and different things like that on the podcast and get out there. We have a lot of people we used to have more people watch this live. And now we have a lot of people listen to it on Spotify and iTunes now, like throughout the week, and watch on YouTube. So it's been fun. But I want to keep it entertaining, get some new guests on here, keep it exposing it. So
yeah,
Sure. Yeah, I will work on getting one. I'll get started on it yet this evening.
But you guys had Cody and Eric on last week, I think, from OSTPA. That was fun.
Yeah, mini puller and a 3.0 diesel guy.
Yep.
So,
And I'm trying to do some short clips. I don't know if you guys see those.
Yeah.
So he's posting those throughout the week. So I talked to Jeremy somebody. He has the Hell Camino truck.
The
Is who
Hell
I talked
Camino.
about. Yep, I got it. I think I got a picture of it, guys. I'll show it to you. It's a 4-wheel drive mod truck, not a blower truck like you guys have, Randy, but a mod.
okay.
Hell Camino. I think here it is, guys. I got a picture of it. Boom, there it is, the Hell Camino.
wow.
Where is it from?
He told me, let me check my notes. He's gonna work on getting on the show.
I've
Ohio.
seen that truck before. If it's the same truck and I'm not mistaken, I've seen that truck before.
It came out of the Carolinas, he said. God, where's he from? I'm looking through my notes. I got a lot of notes for today. Shoot. I don't know, guys. But he's
That's
a
okay.
super nice guy.
That's okay.
Diesels and Dark Corners was wild. I really didn't get a chance to cover that. That event.
Yeah. How did that go?
Yeah, they had their biggest crowd ever again.
Good.
147 hooks. We started at 4:30 on Friday, got done at 2:30 a.m. And then Saturday we started at 3:30 and got done about 12:30. So
How many fans were there? How many people were in the stands there?
I would say there was 4,000 plus there on Saturday night.
That's cool. That's exciting to get that many people in a venue.
That's my guess. I can ask Ryan and those guys. But
You've seen enough of those big ones, little ones. You get it. You know, for sure.
Finally,
the stands were full. I would say their bleachers probably hold a couple thousand, and there had to have been another couple thousand just walking around. It was wild.
Got it.
Then we kind of glanced over at North Carolina State Fair. Looked like they had a lot going on down there with stuff.
Yeah, Bert streamed 4 sessions for us for Full Pull Live, and that was great. I didn't get a chance to go back and watch. I saw Hurt. Did Hurt get a belt again? Kyle Petty was there. That was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yep. They got pictures. Bill Hurt got pictures with Kyle Petty. Yep.
That was pretty neat.
Yeah, Hurt won. He won with the minis, and then he won the super class. But then it was Brett's birthday, so they shagged ass for home. They didn't stay for Sunday, Jason. They won both sessions Saturday. Then he came home. So it's Brett's birthday. So that which is good. What's that, Susie?
Is that truck located in Utah?
I don't know.
No, that's an Ohio truck.
Ohio.
It was bought in North Carolina. Jeremy somebody. I talked to him today on the phone. Let me look through my phone here.
Must be Southern Ohio.
Yeah. Jeremy Harlow. Harlow.
I had to take this picture for you guys out of the dry storage shed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Might have to doing some winter maintenance on them right now.
Yeah. Exciting.
I like it a lot. Yeah, the announcer at Diesel's Dark Corners, he worked with Dan. He talks normal and you give him a microphone. He says pick him up truck and buddy roll, and yeah, he had a blast listening to him. He did a really Really, really good job down there.
Yeah. Good deal.
What
For sure.
What are you doing this week, Randy?
I trucked today. I delivered John Deere tractors today, and we're going to work at the farm tomorrow. I got 300 acres of double crop beans. I'd like to get those cut maybe tomorrow and Wednesday. And we got trucks running all over the country. Got a few headed west and got a couple headed east towards Pittsburgh tomorrow. Got some grain trucks working, and just trying to get want to get the farming wrapped up this week. It's time. Time to get it wrapped up, get the combine, get it blown off, and get it put away. Put it to bed for the year. So
Nice.
yeah. What do you got going on? Just school, and then what else? You got a bunch of
Catching
stuff
up.
in the machine shop.
Catching up school, keeping stuff rolling across the machine's shop. So,
Yep.
Jason, you?
Yeah,
Doing
California.
home loans?
Yeah, hopefully. Mortgage rates starting to come down a little bit. Been getting some refinance activity. Purchase is not as strong in the winter up here where we are. People don't want to move in the winter unless they have to. But
Wonder why.
I'm getting the word out there that I can do a loan in every state but New York. So that's been helping. I'm starting to do more out-of-state stuff with the pulling, getting the word out about that. There's some big announcements coming up on some new events next year. I'm excited for banquet season. I'm hearing a lot of stuff. I want to see what's real, what's not real coming up here. We'll learn a lot after the PPL banquet. We're going to learn a lot here with some announcements coming up for some NTPA events. I know the Outlaws have some new events this year, so it's going to be exciting. We just put our classes up for the Pullers Championship. We do kind of some auto invites for top finishers and their associations by the end of the year, and then we'll go into fan vote mode. Change up some of the classes. We're not having semis back. We're not having the big mods back. We couldn't fill the class, to be honest. We want to have a class where 10 people want to be there.
Sure.
And the mod and the semis have been tough. So we're going to have the light mod or the ITPA outlaw mod class, the 7,400 pounds. They put on an awesome show last year. And then we're bringing back the 4-wheel drive gas trucks. So I'm excited about that.
So like RJ's truck, the natural trucks, 4-wheel
Yes.
drive, the big
Yep.
naturals. Okay.
Yep.
That'll be good.
Now, which rule set is that? Is that the PPL rule set or is that the NTPA rule
It's
set?
the one. Well, we've run PPL the last 3 years. I know I always know we bid it out we bid it out last year because to have like a different sanctioning body do it. I've talked to Brad about that. See how he wants to do that this year. Here is the classes we're having. So pro stock tractors like Clint Meddings, big pro. The Outlaw ITPA mods. That's a 7,400 pound class. The rest of them are in the national classes, and the minis, 2-wheelers, 4-wheelers, the 4.1 limited pros. That's a grand national class now with NTPA. It's going to be exciting to see how that shakes out.
Sure.
5-wheel pro stocks. We've never had 5-wheel pro stocks before. The super stock diesel 4-wheel drive trucks. We've had them every year. Light supers and an 85 limited pros. So
I'm gonna need your vote, Randy.
yeah, you get vote once a day.
Once a day
Once we start that, and we do.
for
We narrow it
Logan.
down to a top 20, and then we do a second round of fan voting. I think usually right around Louisville is when we do our list.
When did you say that was?
We'll start talking about it, but we start fan voting after the first of the year.
Yeah, but when is that event? I
May
forget.
15th and 16th.
May 15th and 16th. Got it.
Right in the heart of Clinton.
Right in the heart of corn planting in southern Huron County.
No, we hear that a lot, but
Yep, sure.
our event is never we don't want to do it at the end of the year because your parts are tired and you're tired, and we don't want to do it in the middle of the season because we don't want to interfere with points. So
Yep,
basically,
absolutely.
it's a big test and tune for a lot of guys and gals, and our event's unique. Every dollar from the gate and the live stream, once bills are paid, goes back to the pullers. So
I came out there with Jeff one year. I had to work. I was planting still. I worked at home on Friday. He went out there. I don't remember for sure, but I drove out there on Saturday. I drove out there Saturday afternoon, hung out with everybody. We went pulling. Then we drove back home, went farming on Sunday. So
crazy like that.
For sure. I think it's 8 hours out there to Nashville from the pizza shop to Nashville. I think it's right at 8 hours.
Yeah.
So
It's
nice little drive.
It's a what do you call it? It's just east of St. Louis, about an hour.
Yep.
So Yeah,
Now-
Terry Benson. So Mackville is doing NTPA Grand National and Badger State this year, so that's going to be new.
Yep.
I saw they had a dirt. So Mackville's a poll that I used to help with back in the day. When
Sure.
it was, I actually helped it become a PPL poll. I was living up there. I knew Greg Elson really well, and this is when Forrest first bought the what do you call it? The Pro Polling League from ATPA, right, Randy? Am I saying that?
Yep.
And just they were having a region hooked up there, and they weren't getting good numbers. And I knew Greg, and then we went up and met with the people, and they put on that. And I learned a lot about promoting truck and tractor pulling from the people who run Mackville. Their church, their school has been built off of that. And then last year, the Diocese of Green Bay didn't want to do it, insure it anymore, basically, and they moved out to the Seymour or the Allegheny County Fairgrounds in Seymour, Wisconsin.
Yep.
And then they brought some dirt in, you guys, 2 months before. I think it had some rocks in it, and they really struggled with it. But Dan did a video of them showing them screening the whole track, so they're getting all the rocks out of it and stuff like that. So, yep. But it's going to be Badger State, not Anger State. Terry didn't mean to type that in there. He's there to fix it there.
Yeah, that'll be Badger State as well. Yep, that'll be good. That's that second weekend in June. Somewhere
Yes.
in the, somewhere
Is it Father's Day weekend?
somewhere in there.
Same one as Farley, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see. Again, I've heard a ton of rumors. I'm not going to talk about them on here because that's
Sure.
not who we are. But we'll wait for that PPL banquet. That should give you a good hint of what I'm hearing. So we'll see what shakes out. It is what it is. So
Yeah.
a lot of pulling.
There's going to be a lot of pulling at the about the end of June. Well, yours the middle of May till October. You go
Yeah,
every
I'm pulling.
weekend.
With us with Full Pull Live, it's 11 months a year now.
Yeah.
December is the only month that we're not streaming anything. So
For sure.
no, Terry, we know you didn't mean Anger State. It's okay. We know Terry Benson's a good dude. So
Yeah, we were actually Susie and I were actually kicking around last night. We were laughing about it. I told her we should fly to out there to California, but I wasn't sure. I knew I'd talk with you today about it.
well,
So,
if you get into Fresno, we'll come get you. It's like 45 minutes. It's fun. It's a lot
Yeah.
of fun. So
Fresno to that'll be good. Even Chase, not your Chase, my Chase said something about it. I'm like, well, let's go get tickets. We'll make it happen. So,
You wouldn't be making a layover in KCI, would you?
no, we're Kenzie and I flying to Phoenix, and then Phoenix to
Gone.
Fresno. So
there's not much that flies into KCI.
I know.
Logan.
It all goes to Denver or Phoenix.
no,
Yeah.
but Logan, don't feel bad because I live an hour west of Madison, Wisconsin, about an hour 20 minutes, hour and a half to get to the airport, and nothing does. It's always we have to go O'Hare or Detroit or something to get to head out. So I've never flown as much in my life as I have in the last 2 years. So
That's good for you, Jason. Keeps you young.
we're only 40 minutes from Cleveland, but we don't get to go anywhere. We got to go somewhere to get to where we're at the ending result. That's for sure. So,
But that's one thing I want to start doing better with the three of us. And Kenzie knows this as well. Again, she's off for her sister's birthday tonight. But
got it. That's
like
good.
there's so much stuff on social. I don't want to miss anything. So I'm gonna start. I've been trying to do like daily lives, like in case you missed it. I've been trying to take notes, like stuff I see throughout the day, and you just have fun. I want to talk about the Joe Ader deal, breaking barriers, O-line, and a no practice podcast. I'm glad Terry Bronson brought up Mackville because I forgot about that. What? So Jacob Hardy keeps talking about the Western Farm Show.
Yep.
Oh, he wishes the Western Farm Show still had a pull. Aren't they
Yep.
building something there?
That's it. That was at Kansas City, right? No,
Yeah,
Yeah, but I went to the one that Doug
Kemper
Roberts
Arena.
used to be. Doug Roberts used to do one back in the day in the
Kemper Arena.
Kemper,
there's
yeah.
Hale Arena. I've been to the one in Hale and in the one in Hale was the one that Ron Stone did, right, Logan?
Yeah, Ron Stone did the one in Hale.
Okay.
The one in Kemper was always Roberts.
That was like the week after Farm Show, right? After
Yes.
Louisville. After Louisville, like the week after Louisville or 2 weeks after Louisville.
Yeah, I think it was a couple weeks, but I don't remember. It's been a couple days since those days.
Yeah, agreed. I don't remember. We never made it out there. That was back when Swearingen had the Joker.
Yep.
We never made it out there to that. We always bring the Louisville crud home, and you're not just getting over that, so you don't want to go back for round two. So
Oh,
No,
yeah.
That
The
was
NTPA
my
banquet's
favorite
in Florida
event.
this year. I don't know if you guys knew that. The NTPA banquet's in Orlando. That's
Yeah.
kinda neat. They changed venues, so.
Yeah, it was in Dublin, Ohio for what 25 or 26 years, I think they said. So
Did you guys know the last year there was an NTPA Grand National in the state of Florida was 1979 in Tampa?
wow, that was a day or two ago, huh?
Yeah, Dan, I had to ask Dan Mayer about that. So that's kind of. Oh yeah, and then thank you, David. Tucker went live the other day on
Yeah.
What's Smoking.net Saturday. Gordyville's coming back in March.
So do you know anything about? Is there anything going to happen in Fort Wayne?
Still, I've been hearing rumors. I haven't seen any signed contracts from anybody like that, but
Yep.
I'm hearing rumors about that as well.
We better shut this down. We're gonna get called the Let's Grow Rumors podcast here.
Well, that's what I was hearing too. So
Yeah, it'll be fun. That's why I'm excited about like these next couple weeks.
absolutely,
It's gonna be big.
What Logan said, the Let's Go Rumors. I like
yeah.
Let's grow.
The Let's Grow Rumors. What's
Logan,
this
if
one?
you get the chance to go to rodeo in Louisville, go to the same rodeo company, put that one on at Great Lakes Circuit Finals. You'll see a lot of show cattle.
Yeah.
We saw it last year. We were driving around and we were like, what is going on here? So they're at Freedom Hall and at the convention, it's the International Louisville International Rodeo, or the North American International Rodeo.
And the Livestock Expo. They show
Livestock
cattle.
Expo.
Yeah, they show cattle and they have a rodeo that night. Yep.
Huge.
Yeah. Everybody wants to win in Louisville, whether it's pulling tractors or showing cattle. So, yep.
A couple more questions for you guys, and we're gonna wrap it up because
Got it.
What I posted on social. I don't want to do my rumors because I don't want Logan to be mad at us. I'm waiting for my Facebook page to load here. Give me a second. Okay, I put this out here. We love truck and tractor pulling. ... How do we get new spectators at the event? It's got 140 comments on there.
Wow.
And these I've been posting these all on social. I posted this one 4 days ago. Logan, how do we get new spectators at events? And then Randy, same thing. What do we need to do to get new spectators?
I think what would help, I think you guys are doing a great job of it as it is with the promotion of the live streams and stuff. But you see, like with NASCAR and stuff like that, like an event that they had there at the Kansas Speedway, you heard it on the radio, you saw commercials on it for TV. And I know advertisement costs money with stuff, but just getting it out in front of more people. And then as for keeping newer fans at polls, having a good announcer there in between polls, because it's 15 seconds of entertainment broken up by a minute and a half. So you got to keep them entertained.
Minute and a half of what? Who's turning it that fast, Logan? Nobody turns it that fast, buddy.
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah.
I think it's well, okay. This is a good question. We still got quite a few people watching. Randy, in all seriousness, I mean, what's the fastest you've ever seen? Is it 3 minutes? Is it 2.5 minutes between hook to hook?
Yeah, that I was just saying about 3 minutes 15 seconds. That's pretty quick. I mean, you'd like to say it less than 3, but 3 minutes is about as quick as you can get it pulled off for us. You know, sometimes it's longer, but 3 minutes is what we shoot for in Ohio.
Maybe I'm spoiled with two tracks.
Doesn't go back together well. If a track doesn't go back together well, it takes more time.
Yep.
And then you can have bad people on track equipment.
Yep.
Okay. So you can have a good track, but if you have bad track people, it doesn't matter.
Correct.
You can have good track people on a bad track, and then you got the pullers that just take their time getting up there too. I mean, that's one thing we got to work on as well is get up there as soon as that sled stop, let's rock and roll. But like a diesel motor can be running and they can roll up. Logan, you're not starting until you know it's time to move. Yep. I mean, I get, because you can't get your motor hot. So
no, because the track rollers roll off. John Mears gives us the thumbs up. We hit it, fire her up, and roll out there and hook on and go. So it's one of those deals where we're not rolling out there until kind of the last bit we can.
But I want to put these questions up because I want everybody to read them and everybody to talk about it because we're all thinking the same thing. Right? Sure. All the time. Well, let's just put it out there. Let's get it out there. So that's one thing I want to know. I like seeing this stuff like 65,000 and 70,000 at the Astrodome, and those were the glory days. I hate the word good old days because I think pulling's as strong as it's ever been, but it's not. it's not getting the crowds as it did back then. I think 20, 30 years ago, our economy was more ag based. I think we had more farmers. I think we had more people that there wasn't something to do every weekend. When the Truck and Tractor Bowl came to town, it was something special, like truly something special. Now, guys, there's something to do every other day. You know what I mean?
Well, right. And there's a lot of people that, you know, they load up the family, they go camping, they do these side-by-side things. There's a lot more, you're right, there's a lot more things to go do than there is to go tractor pulling or go to the county fair and then go pulling. There's a
Put
lot
Kurt's
more
comment back
activities.
up, Logan. Okay, who actually does that? Who actually does that? Turns it in 1.5 minutes. Who's the fastest pulls?
I was timing a couple. McLeod, Kansas turns it very quick.
Okay.
They got one of the best track crews there. McLeod on
90 seconds is huge. That's what that says. 90 seconds.
But he's saying every other track. Like you
yeah.
2 tracks, and this is your dad, right, Logan?
Yeah, this is my dad.
Okay, so you can do this, but don't race them. I mean, it's cool at Bowling Green every now and then, but you can. I mean, once that other track's done, then send the next one. I mean, if you get it going and nothing breaks, you can pound it out like that. But I mean, like for me, like Bowling Green is one that flies.
Any venue with a good place to stage tractors where you can set your tractor and go up and watch the class and not have to constantly itch it up the line. Like Henry, Illinois, there's another good one where they can fly through tractors very quickly just because it's a wide open staging area and you're not bottlenecked.
Yeah.
And they have a good, last time I was in Henry, they have a very good track crew.
They put on a great show just with the track crew itself.
I've been to some outlaw pulls that are fast, super fast. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like a Rock Valley does a really good job. But that if you have 2 tracks, promoters, associations, that should be your goal. And one of the questions I asked, I hope you guys can keep going with me a little bit on this night. One of the things I asked, how long should a show take? Yeah, diesels and dark corners. Yeah, that 8-9 hours. Guys, there was nobody left after the 4th hour, 5th hour.
Right.
There just isn't. So as a promoter, we talk about how much these shows cost. It costs all this money to have a Grand National or a Champions Tour or a Big Outlaw Hook or something like that, right? Then guys only put classes in for 3 hours or so. Why piss away money if you're not going to have people watching anyway? And then you got to run your classes in prime time that are going to make people come back. Diesels and Dark Corners did that. I love 3.0 diesel trucks. I love 2.6 diesel trucks. But what's cooler than those? Van Hazley.
Yeah.
Diesel trucks. So all that stuff ran earlier. You know, now they have Pro Farm tractors that go first every night. They kind of lay the track in. But I think we got to start asking harder questions about this.
Well, take an event where even on a single track event where you have 60 hooks a night. Okay. We'll just lay there. And if you can go from if you can go 4.5 minutes down to 3.5 minutes a vehicle, that saves you an hour right there.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I think because a lot of
pulling's supposed to be entertaining. And you said it, Logan. You said it when you said pulling is fun when they go down the track. But like when we live stream, we don't show. That's why we have replays and we show stuff going on in the crowd, because who wants to see a track go back together? Not me. You know what I mean? That's boring. And for the people sitting there, that's why if you don't have a good announcer doing some fun stuff, guys, it sucks. It really does. It's boring.
I've also had the pleasure of being around some great sled operators and the way they set their stuff up. I mean, they know what they're going to do for the next class. And there's a skid steer sitting there ready to put blocks in or pull blocks out. And you have a minute there turnaround. So
Randy, what's the fastest you've ever, like, what's the best thing when a roller and scraper follow the sled down? Like, tell me what you think is the best scenario for something like that.
Two, one at each end, Jason. When we Susie and I were the promoters at Norwalk, Ohio, at the Huron County Fair, we would have roller and scraper at the starting line, roller and scraper at the finish line, and the skid steer with the rake on it at the finish line. And the starting line, they go to 150, turn around, get out of the way. Same at the other end, and we could really whip through them. But a lot of times people don't want to have that extra roller and scraper, or they don't have the room for it. So, but that's the perfect scenario. But now at home here, there's been a few of those guys, like Jim Miller's got that tractor tricycle front end with all
Yeah.
that stuff on it. Those things are real. If you can have two of those there, boy, I tell you, you could whip a show out in a couple hours if you
this
wanted
is the
to.
greater
You know,
roller combination. Tractor is great help.
yep, for sure.
There's two types of promoters, guys. There's a standalone promoter, like a Greenwich, Ohio, right, Randy, like you.
Yep.
And then you have your fairs. Fairs don't want a long show. I mean,
They want to,
they
get them
want
back
you to
out.
go back out in the midway. Like a
Yep.
fair promoter, they don't even, half of them don't even love pulling. They just want to know that I need to have something on Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. What is it? Rodeo, demo derby, local pull, big pull. I don't know. But you know, or a combine derby or whatever. But they want you to get back out to the midway because that's where they make their money.
3 hours is about what they want, so that we can get the people back out spending money. That's what they want, and I get it.
And
We
just a
understand.
public service announcement to all promoters out there on a fair board. If you can schedule the pull before the demo derby, that's greatly appreciated.
We've been pretty lucky. A lot of our guys, a lot of our promoters are pullers, a lot of puller based promoters, you know. So a lot of in the state of Ohio, a lot of us, we have everybody's, you know, the derby pit is not back in the day, you pulled in the derby pit, you know, pretty much. Not anymore. Pretty much everybody's got their stuff segregated out, you know. So everyone has a tractor pull track and then everyone has a derby pit, believe it or not. So there's a few places we still pull in the derby pit, but not very many.
Yeah, I talked to a promoter the other day. They actually put stuff down. They put new dirt on top of it for the derby, and then they take that back out. So
Right.
this is one thing that Tucker does well, and all the indoor pulls, but I've seen him do it. Some outdoor pulls. They pick up the vehicles and back them in.
Sure.
Like in Louisville, and I saw who did that outdoors somewhere, Randy.
That was at Chapel Hill.
Chapel Hill. Yeah.
Yep. And 2020, the COVID year, Frank Keener, he promoted a puller promoted a pull at his hometown Ashland, and he did it there, and he went at the finish line as well. He had a tractor. As soon as it was over with, he'd pick you up and tow you right off, and that really helped too. But you got to have you got to have a couple pretty good sticks to make that all happen. You know.
Yeah, you do. Well, and that's one thing too. Like speaking of Chapel Hill, I think you could pull at Chapel Hill for 8 hours and think the whole crowd would stay.
Yeah.
I mean, how many they only have one Grand National, right, Randy and Logan?
Where? Chapel?
Just Chapel Hill. In the state of Tennessee, they don't get a lot of big.
Yeah, I believe you are correct.
I'm trying to think of. I went to Crossville, Tennessee, and that was a Middle Tennessee event.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that was and there was a huge crowd there. So certain states, again, we're not trying to like say we're the Bible, but like for what we get to see,
sure,
from time to time, I think that helps a lot. So,
and we get to see. I mean, we kind of we talk about it. Our group, you know, Jeremy and Justin and Chad and I, Super Joe, we laugh about it a little bit and talk hard about it. You know, we go to some of these fairs and we're trying to help them, and they're like, "We've been doing this for a lot of years. We've been doing this for 30 years. Yeah, you do one event for 30 years. We do 50 events a year. So work with them, you know, you try to work with them. You don't want to make anybody mad, but you're trying to work with them, you know. Some people don't realize that. So it makes a big difference for sure. So
this conversation all stem from we love tractor pulling. How do we get more fans?
yeah, absolutely.
Hold on, I got more, guys. I got more.
Uh-oh.
No, because it's fun to see the psyche of the fan. Because at the end of the day, without fans, this is nothing.
Right.
Okay. So Full Pull did 3-0 driver rankings. I don't know if you saw that, and this was going on. I want to explain this, and we did it with Grand National Class or the national classes earlier this year. It was sent out 2 pullers that compete in the class, some of the top finishers. You couldn't vote for yourself, and the whole idea was you can't. It's not who has the most money, Randy or Logan, or who has the best equipment, who's the best driver, who could basically jump in anything, right? So the thing I wanted to ask you two tonight, and I want to ask the fans that are still watching. So not about 3-0, but Adam Kincaid was voted number 1. Austin White was voted number 2. Skylar Leeper was voted number 3. Number 4, we had a tie with Cody Bader and Landon Perkins. And number 5 was Drew Slayback. Okay. Now, Randy, Logan, who could drive anything? Randy, just think of some pullers that you know that didn't matter what they could jump on a pro stock or a mod or a two-wheeler or a mini, and they could just drive it. Same with you, Logan, and same with the people watching. Who do you know that can drive anything? They have just the feel, they have the knack. Because that's something I want to do.
In Ohio, Jeremy Smith can drive. He can drive anything. He can drive a pro stock. He can drive a mini. He's got a good handle on it. And then obviously we know the wild man, Mr. Jeff Hurt. You know, he can drive anything.
Yeah.
And then Chase Smith, he's got a mod. He's driven a few of the one of the guys' pro stocks here in the neighborhood. He's really good at it. Those guys have good handles on it, and I'm very blessed to be close to those guys, you know, and watching and learning from them. But those guys are all really good that I can think of right off, like quick thinking about it, you know. There's more. I just have to think about it. But
one person that impressed me was RJ Simon jumping on a pro stock.
Sure. And then the semi.
Brandon showed he could drive anything too, but like watching RJ drive the two-wheeler for years in the mod and then jump on the pro stocks with success. Now, granted, they got money and they got the best stuff. I don't care what anybody says.
And he drives the semi as well.
So think about that. And I've heard that do other interviews, different driving styles and clutches and hand throttles and this and that. But talk about talent. I mean, that's there. That's something I want Dan to do on Full Pull is like just let the best drivers in the sport. But again, I love that. Voted on by their fellow drivers, not Dan sitting there making a list with Miles Krieger and, you know, his buddies. You know, he sends out a survey and you can't vote for yourself. And that's fun to see there too. So
Frank Keener's another one. He's got a couple national points championship as a super stock, and he's driving two-wheel drives now. Yep. And I believe and he's driven the mods in the state of Ohio for the Bargy family. So Frank's another good driver. He's got a good handle on things, and he's only 17 miles from home. He's a good guy to have around. I've learned a lot from him as well. So,
but these are kind of things like if we don't have these kind of conversations, Randy and Logan, people don't think about it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's just sitting around drinking beer and you talk about it or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Jordan Nelson, he came to my mind. Between him with Simons and then with their own stuff, he's been on quite a few different rigs.
Yeah, doesn't he drive Brett Berg's mini?
He drives Brett's minis. He drives Norton's minis.
So Logan, if you want to have shows about this, we can dedicate an hour to this or have segments. But we got to promote it ahead of time. Like, hey, jump on and, you know, just have a debate like this. And we have a lot of people watching, putting comments, and that's what makes it fun. Another thing I did was ticket prices. Yeah. I am sick of hearing that truck and tractor pulling isn't family friendly. I literally want to just, like, what, are you kidding me? Because it's still the cheapest, the cheapest motorsport there is. Yeah. I still see comments every day on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram that it's just not family friendly. And it is. I mean, kids get in free. I mean, you look at
it's the most economical motorsport.
If you wanted to watch today and you called it Chaos or an Engler or whoever builds pro stocks all the way through Barbie, who are all the builders out there? It's
modern,
$500,000 and $1 million turnkey, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These guys are bringing it out here for a chance to win. I don't know, $1,500, $2,000. I don't know.
If that.
I've had Cameron Neves tell me that the Outlaws pay better than the NTPA does in two-wheel drive. I know when Lucas Oil had all the money into Pro Pulling League, they had the best payouts.
Yep.
Hands down.
They're still pretty good up there. I haven't looked at Outlaws pay scale, but
I'm curious to see who pays the best. That's something I'd like to see. Because when you look at numbers, it's kind of across the board on that like that. So, but that's one thing too. Like, what's the most expensive pool? Is it Bowling Green? Is it Louisville, Randy? Louisville's like $45 a ticket, isn't it?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, it's $45. Ours are pretty cheap. I think it's just whatever the county fair is. Some of ours are only I think you can go tractor pulling in the state of Ohio at a few of the county fairs for $8 or $10. Yeah. Setting the grandstands, one price fare. You know, $10, $12 at the most, another $5 to get into the pits if you want to.
But I mean, compare that. Say you want to go to a concert for 3 hours. You're spending $100 a seat.
Oh yeah. You know, and Matt says it right there. Truck and tractor pulling tickets are way cheaper than And I've been to NHRA. There's a lot of dead time there too. They do a
Absolutely.
good job.
Yeah.
They do a good job, with their announcers and the video boards. And did my computer just blink? Sorry, guys.
No, it's working.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know. These are conversations I want to have. We don't need to do it all tonight, but stuff I want you to think about, Logan and Randy and
Sure.
the fans watching. Jacob Hardy says a lot of people get a kick out of seeing the Allisons and the turbans. Absolutely, they do.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they do. Terry Benson says Billy Bibbs did it back in the day. Seen him drive Tim Engler's mod, won 9 out of 12 times he drove. I think he also drove a lot of guys diesel super stock with good result. Old Bibbs, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, like, I think read through the comments. There was a ton of comments on this post, guys. A couple hundred on it, if I remember correctly. State fairs seem to be they got ragged the worst because you get nailed to park, get nailed to get in, and then they charge the gate too, or
Sure.
Some grounds it's $10 to get in, and
Yeah.
everything. You know what I mean? It's everybody's different on that stuff. But
Yeah.
I just bothers me when people say polling isn't family friendly because
Yeah.
I've been to all the motorsports. I guess I've been to a NASCAR race before. I'm not a round guy, so.
We've been to some, and I don't even pay attention to that stuff because I know that it's just more economical to go tractor racing, So
I got a couple things left I want to touch on tonight.
Sure.
I'm waiting on the old Facebook to open up here. But this is what we need to do on social and
Sure.
challenge each other, and hopefully promoters are paying attention and talking about stuff like this. Okay, I said this one was. Oh, that was ticket prices. Sorry.
If we could get a tractor pull at the FFA convention, that would be something there.
Yep. Well, why do you think Louisville is so popular? They have a built-in crowd.
It's the farm show.
Yeah. How many people, Randy, 100,000 people go to that farm show a day?
I would think so for sure.
And that's why the one at Kemper Arena did well. All I can remember from that place is it was packed, and it was because the Western Farm Show.
Yeah, I don't remember Kemper being packed.
I don't know. I was young back then.
No, I'm not saying it's wrong. I went down there a couple times to watch my dad pull. So I think the most I saw was half full. But that's what stinks too. If you get a big grandstand, Randy, that holds 8,000-9,000 people and it looks empty, but there could be 4,000 people there too.
Sure. Look at
that. Okay, I said, what are some of the best things you've seen promoters do to keep the crowd entertained while the track crew is prepping for the next hook? Games, giveaways, announcer. This one only had 29 comments. I thought it would get a lot more. There's a lot of stuff just about basically announcers and music and different things like that. So I don't know. What are some things you've seen, Randy and Logan, at polls that, wow, that's a good idea. We should do that at our poll.
What we did, we did it at our home fair, at our home one. Or Susie had, I don't know, we're called 25 t-shirts. I think Jeremy Smith had a few. Chase with ProWay Truck had a few. We all had 25 t-shirts. So in between classes, we'd go out and throw them to the kids. And then at our last event of the year in Coshocton, Ohio, we had all of our pullers sign a Frisbee, throw the Frisbee into the crowd. And if you or your, we always hope that the kids got them. If your kid got the Frisbee of, let's just say, Jeremy Smith, he won the Pro Stock class, or whatever class they won, they come down, they get a t-shirt to keep the people involved. So they did that between the classes. So that was a lot of fun to get people involved. So, but yeah, that was one way that we did it.
No, I've seen that pretty often. And these are things, again, we're almost coming up on 3 hours.
Yeah. That thing's actually one down there. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of interaction.
There's the Randog. There's the Randog. I love it.
Roller Randy. That's what Big calls me.
Roller Randy.
Yep.
And then the last one I put was, what makes a great pulling announcer? And the first comment was vodka. So I don't know.
Off to a good start with that one.
Yeah.
When I read, there was 143 comments on that one, but basically I saw a lot of a fine line between entertaining and knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's where,
like
a Ron Stone, a Dan Mayer, a Miles, there's a lot of big names out there. There's probably 10 amazing announcers in the country today. And there's some good ones. And there's some people that work well with other ones. You know what I mean?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I agree. I think you need to have kind of an entertainer, and then you need to have a true knowledge. I think the best announcers walk the pits and talk to pullers at hours. I always heard that about Dave Bennett with the Outlaws back in the day.
Dave was a great guy.
hours. He would
Dave-
spend hours.
Dave was a huge guy with the cowboy hat that used to be at Louisville for a while.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. I thought so. For sure.
Always loved listening to him.
Yeah, he was a good talker for sure. I think
No,
I think Ron Stone does a good job at speaking.
Yeah.
I think he speaks well.
Someone who is able to, you got to know enough to explain to the fans just for each class some baseline info, specs, rules for the class, stuff like that. What kind of weight, how many turbochargers, stuff like that. But then the knowledge side of it, with being able to explain during a sled weight change or a sled reset, the mechanics of how a pull works, how the first guy has the option of dropping, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think you're right there with that mix between the proper knowledge and being able to entertain.
Yep. Yeah, and you're always going to have an opinion, on everybody's going to like somebody or not like somebody. And you have some people that just, that's their guy or gal they've been listening to their whole lives, and nobody's better. But I think when you take you take a good, honest look at it, you have some fun. So
Sure.
Well, good. Well, I just want to hammer through those. I want to hammer through those and just kind of talk about that. I want to do more. And I appreciate the comments that we see because like I said, I hope that promoters are reading it. I hope pullers are reading it. I hope fans are reading it. The more we can talk and share ideas, I think the better off we all are. So good.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. We're coming up on 3 hours. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it was fun tonight for sure. It always is fun. It's always great to be with you guys.
So
It's a
next
lot
week
of
is Batliners with the Massey Ferguson Super Farm, and then Randy's going to work on somebody as well. I'll have a recap of Madera, California. We're going to be out there. That's this weekend, guys. It starts at 6 p.m. Pacific. Randy, that's 9 o'clock your time.
Yeah.
Logan, 8 o'clock your time. Jump on Full Pull Live. We'll be out there. 2 tracks, invitational only. They invite pullers that support MLM Motorsports. It's their Inderly. OSTPA has their Inderly. And Coshocton gets their end-of-year finale. This is MLM. They call it the Golden State Invitational. So it's going to be fun.
Was that this Saturday night or is that Friday night as well?
Friday night and Saturday night. Same classes both nights. So 12 total classes. Some of the classes have 3 or 4. Some of the classes have 10, 12, 13 in it. So they got a lot of 4-wheel drive trucks out there. They got a lot of 3.0 diesel trucks out there. They got like 3 different versions of the mod class. They got a single engine, a twin engine, and then the 4-engine classes. They got a hot farm, a super farm, 2-wheel drive class. They got some country modifieds, they're called, kind of like a pro stock gas truck for us that we're used to. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Do they have does the Alcohol Super, does Alan Babel pull there?
So he had a pull last weekend, battle at the farm. I don't believe they have any Alki Supers. I haven't seen any out there for a couple of years. So,
okay.
I saw Purser was out at Babel's deal last weekend. I saw they had 130 hooks. I did not get a chance to see all the classes and stuff like that yet. But I know Charles, I saw some stuff on social. Charles was out there and Cody, some people I know, so covering it. But I didn't see a lot of coverage live or anything like that during the event. So
this comment here by Chris, that made me think of if you ever watched the overseas polling, how the announcers are down there on the track. I mean, tractor goes full pull and that announcer's just jumping around. Of course, you can't understand what they're saying, but
who else? Because they speak a different language. So,
yeah.
This time zone stuff that played with me in Indianapolis.
No.
Gosh,
Chris, 9 o'clock real time. Yep, that's Dan.
That's a bunch of weird out there. I don't like the vibes that real time gives.
You'll get used to it. When you come out here pulling with us next summer, you'll get used to that real time stuff.
It's gonna happen real quick. So
yeah, for sure.
Well, we appreciate you guys watching every Monday night. On behalf of Randy Fishbaugh, Logan Stevens, I'm Jason Schultz. This has been another fantastic rendition of Let's Grow Pulling. We'll be back. We're here every Monday night at 7:30 Central, 8:30 real time for you Eastern posers. And Logan and I are going to stick together. Logan, you're not on a mountain or anything, are you?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
So cool.
Absolutely
Well,
sound.
Thank you to the Mettings. That was great tonight. Thank you to the Neves. Again, next week we have the Batliners lined up for sure. And then don't forget, No Practice Podcast this Wednesday, 8 p.m. real time. They got an NFL player on there that has a super stock diesel truck. So that's pretty cool.
Absolutely. That'll be fun.
Awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night.
Yep. Thanks, everyone.
Today,
Today.
let's talk about today.
Grand national state level, you have to run non-sales, wholesale.
Is 9,000.
The only mistake I made, I didn't put her rate in the registration.
Just this ever-evolving story.